So we're finally ready to do the myth for Edge of Continuum Sacred Chapter. Before the end arrives at the edge of Continuum, I wish to see you one last time. Oh! Alright, we're starting with some interesting imagery. Cold, mysterious, and desolate. Between the skeletal, jagged mountain ridges, 7 colossal gates rise in layers. They reach for the heavens. Here lies a forbidden realm, where even the dead may not tread, and at the time of seemingly frozen time, and at the end of seemingly frozen time, it welcomes its first visitor. Oh, he's blindfolded.
지존하신 신이시여, 당신은 소멸과 심판의 화신이시며 무엇과도 비할 수 없는 지혜를 지니셨나이다.
O revered deity, you are the embodiment of annihilation and divine punishment. Judgment, I think he says. You possess unparalleled wisdom.
돌아가십시오.
Turn back.
다시는 돌아올 수 없는 이 어두운 땅을 밟지 마시옵소서. 영원히 안식할 수 없는 울음이 되지 마십시오.
You may not set foot in Everlost, where you cannot return. You mustn't become one of those lamentations who are restless for all eternity.
7겹 문 뒤에 깊은 연못에 태고로부터 전해진 창생의 돌이 숨겨져 있나.
Oh, the Cratio core again. The Cratio stone from the primordial age, it lies in the netherworld beyond the 7 gates, doesn't it?
이미 최고의 힘을 가지고 계신데 어찌 창생의 권능마저 빼앗으려 하십니까?
You already possess the highest power. Why do you still want to steal the authority of creation?
하물며 7겹 문 너머는 해와 달도 비추지 아니하고 삶과 죽음도 이르지 못합니다.
Beyond the 7 gates is a land where neither the sun nor the moon shine. Not even life and death can reach it.
설령 두 손으로 온 세상을 뒤엎으시고 두 눈으로 시간의 끝을 꿰뚫을 수 있다고 하셔도
Even though your hands may be capable of bringing about the destruction of countless eons and your divine gaze may see the end of time,
이 세계에 발을 들이시면 당신의 신권과 영광이 모두 모래처럼 흩어질 것입니다.
once you set foot in this realm, your divine authority and radiant glory will turn back into flowing sand.
대가라는 게 고작 그 정도뿐인가.
Is the price only that much? Oh, I guess he's very determined. His steps no longer falter. The god crosses the threshold of the first gate and allows the surging waters to devour him. In boundless chaos, time and space whirl and surge. Only an amber-like world remains, nestled within the barely perceptible crevices of the void. Niava, Citygate Avenue.
수호신 그녀는 창공 아래 가장 찬란한 노을빛 그녀를 노래하리 그녀의 이름은 결코 떨어지지 않으리
O goddess of Niava, she is the most brilliant aurora beneath the heavens. We shall sing of her divine name that never fades. Bricks glazed in dark blue form magnificent, beautiful city gates. They welcome countless worshippers who are here to pray and make offerings to the goddess. The poet plucks the lyre and sings. Accompanied by music, offerings flow like an endless stream into the tall, magnificent divine tower.
단단한 벽돌은 그녀의 몸 청금석빛 유약은 그녀의 두 눈
Bricks of mud form her body. Okay, so MC was made from mud. Her eyes were created from the purest lapis lazuli glaze. I should really learn what lapis lazuli is. I don't remember.
옳다마 이걸 아름다운 두 강은 그녀의 흐르는 머리칼이 되고 강가에 반짝이는 옥석은 그녀의 목을 장식했네.
Urtama Ingar, the beautiful twin rivers, are her flowing hair, while the riverbank's glimmering jade adorns her neck.
그녀는 거대한 검으로 높은 산의 장벽을 가르고 수많은 괴물의 머리를 베었도다.
It's a gem? Oh, okay. It's a beautiful blue shimmering gem. All right. She wields a colossal blade. We do have a giant blade to cleave mountains and strike down the monsters to keep them in check.
사람들은 좁은 동굴을 나와 집을 짓고 신우탑을 세우니 그로부터 찬란한 태양 아래에 살아가게 되었네.
Humans emerged from the cramped caves and built houses and the divine tower. They lived under radiant sunshine. Oh, this doesn't seem like, okay. The earth trembles violently as ominous black mist emerges from the horizon, its menacing claws stretched towards Nyava. I keep wanting to say Navia. In the blink of an eye, dark, heavy clouds fill the sky. Fierce gales whip the river water into turbulent waves.
무한영역 쪽이에요. 모두 빨리 도망치세요. 괴물들이 또 오고 있어요.
It's from the Vastrayan. Run, everyone, the monsters have returned. Vastrayan! Wait. Chaos erupts at the city gates as people scatter in all directions. They flee to take shelter.
네아의 수호신이시여, 저희의 진실한 공양을 받아주시고 저희에게 불멸의 용기를 내려주소서.
I think he calls it Neai, but okay. Goddess of Nyava, please accept our most sincere offerings and grant us undying courage.
저희의 보금자리가 더 이상 침략당하지 않도록 보호해 주시고 저희를 이끌어 새로운 세상을 열어주소서. 내 악기가
Please protect our homeland from the invasions. Lead us to new territories. Oh, my
그만 불러.
instrument.
빨리 도망쳐.
The young man fleeing for his life grabs the poet. A ray of light materializes from the top of the divine tower. Against the direction of the fleeing crowd, it rushes towards the distant horizon with force of thunder and pierces the churning black mist. I'm sure I skipped some lines, but the sentences still make sense, so I'm going to leave it at that. The rivers Urtam and Ingar return to tranquility. Under soothing moonlight, Nyava falls into a deep sleep. The golden arrow from that ray of light rises once more from the horizon and touches the night sky. Moments pass, then it falls into the silent divine tower and slowly transforms into an injured figure. The wounds spread across from her body and form eerie golden patterns. Aside from pain, she can no longer feel anything else. The black mist that clings to her is entwined around her wounds. It silently erodes her consciousness. She tries to calm her rapid pained breathing and barely manages to prop herself up with her sword. Why is this body becoming more fragile? My Nyava is an extremely delicate world. It and its denizens need me. But the only one who can help me and save me. She grits her teeth. She doesn't want to say that name. Oh. Zayne. The tower is silent. No one responds. A name once familiar is stuck in her throat like a thorn, yet it lasts but a moment before instinct for survival prevails over pride and resentment. Zayne. Brilliant radiance containing swift, insurmountable power ripples outward. The biting wind cuts her cheek. The pain stings.
이미 여러 번 경고했을 텐데 무한 영역은 그 어떤 생명체도 발을 들일 수 없는 곳이라고.
I've told you
또다시
countless
그곳의
times.
가시장벽을 넘을 생각이라면 돌아올 기회는 더 이상 없을 거야.
I've told you countless times that the Vastrian is not a place for the living. You shall never get the chance to return should you cross the thorny barriers again. You know my connection to this world runs deeper than blood, and yet why do you want to destroy it? Dizzy and in pain, she collapses, but he catches her. The resentment and blame in her heart haven't subsided, but a louder voice drowns out everything. I need Zayne. Only he can heal my wounds and free me from this terrible suffering. Oh, she's gonna snatch off his mask.
당신이
Even if you want to destroy Nyava, you still belong to me at this moment. Obey me. I need you to heal me now. Forcefully wrapping her arms around his neck, she bites Zayne's lips. Dang! Okay, is healing magic also done through sex? Jesus. Zayne scolding her with the same tone one uses on their raccoon that refuses to stop knocking over the trash can. Gives me. I want your power.
우리 사이엔
Oh.
끝없는 요구만이 남았군.
Between the two of us, there's nothing but an endless taking. Okay.
적당히 해.
Behave. Okay. Oh wow, we're already getting into it. Okay. I didn't expect that to happen so fast. No starring that line.
이렇게까지 상처를 입은 게 날 향한 당신의 저항인가?
These injuries, are they your way of resisting me? Or defying me? They're all because of you.
신께 구하려면 신이 당신의 기도를 들을 수 있게 해야지.
To seek help from the gods, you should let them hear your supplications. I am a goddess.
됐어. 그럼
Alright.
내가 당신에게 준 걸 온몸으로 느끼고 기억하도록 해.
Okay, then. Okay. It hurts, but his power keeps flowing. Wait, what hurts? Did he penetrate already? Jesus!
집중.
Focus. His eyes are so pretty, though. Like, genuinely. They're dual cultivating, yep. Don't even think about making me obey you.
내가 지금 하는 모든 게 당신이 원하던 거 아니었나?
Isn't this everything you wanted?
이 의식은 이제 마음대로 끝낼 수 없어.
This ritual won't end just because you want it to. Oh my god.
받아들여.
Accept it.
오직 당신만 가질 수 있는 거니까.
This is a power only you can possess. Dang! I'm gonna go back and star these lines. She's on all fours and calling away. He's got the leash. Yep. Oh my god. Oh, he's definitely... Oh my god. Yeah, they started so hard. In every way.
난 당신의 기도와 갈망에 응답했어.
I've responded to your pleas and your desires, but
더 깊은 요구가 들리는군.
there's an even deeper desire. Yep, those were thrusting animations. Yep. He was definitely from behind. Okay. That was the first one. They wasted no time. They wasted 0 time on that. Wow. The last ray of heavenly light is about to be devoured. In this world where even death has long since vanished, the final judgment is nigh. Only embers burn as if to represent this world's final breath. So I think we're back. So I think his journey,
운명의 질서는 다했으니 더 이상의 가쁜 숨은 필요 없어.
I think this journey that the scene started with and that we're still on is going to be ongoing throughout the story. I wonder if it happens after the events of the main story. But wow, Doom Realm, aka Silas' front yard, yep. The natural order of fate is no more. Stop clinging to what remains. The longbow is taut like a crescent moon. Light converges into the bowstring and transforms into arrows of molten gold. Heaven and earth sense imminent destruction. The air is filled with shrieks and wails.
종말은 만물 이치의 균형. 존재하지 말아야 할 것은 응당 무너지고 흩어져야 해.
Ooh. Annihilation balances the cosmic order. What shouldn't exist ought to crumble in Oblivion's hands. The arrows released from the bowstring transform into several streams of golden light. Earth-shattering power is unleashed. A triangular spire materializes in the void. Trapped within is a golden Anzu. Its beak and feathers razor sharp. It can barely cling to life. Or maybe not? I'm kind of confused.
가봐.
Leave. Zayne tightens his grip, and golden dust falls through the gaps between his fingers. This bird meets oblivion in the distant depths of the universe, and a newly born golden Enzu spreads its wings in another unknowable place. A snowflake drifting from the unknown lands quietly on the back of his hand, it leaves behind a fleeting coldness.
눈이 내리기 시작했군.
It's begun to snow. Sunlight filters through magnificent curtains and casts shimmering ripples across the pool. Within the empty hall, only her footsteps break the silence. The cracks in the blade have been repaired as well. She swings the sword, and abundant power reverberates throughout the divine tower. Even her body trembles slightly. Within that brilliant radiance, another power has coalesced aside from her own aura, one whose depths are more unfathomable. Zayne. They've known each other for so long that numbers are meaningless, and they once shared what seemed like the most intimate of touches and tender moments. Yet when they let go, it's as if only confrontation and estrangement remain between them. So this is very confusing. Is Anzu a phoenix? It sounds a bit like it, right? It sounds familiar, actually, the word. Let me just search it up real quickly. Someone said there's a bird deity called Anzu who stole the Tablet of Destinies. You know what, though? I just realized it might only sound familiar because I'm thinking of the word Engmu. But Engmu means parrot. So I don't think that's quite right. She turns toward the golden spire standing serenely in the depths of the divine tower. The Engru spire. My god, so many Engs. Well, I'm sure this story will be full of angst, so appropriate. The Engru spire, containing all the universe's realms within, is the divine artifact Zayne treasures the most. Oh, a place containing all the universes, like the fractal library. Several golden Enzus, their beaks and feathers sharp like knives, circle around it. Another one flies in and disappears in a golden glow. Where is your master? The Engru spire won't answer her. The corners of her lips curl up. His absence is only to be expected, otherwise he'd try to stop me. It's only natural that I protect Niava and save my people, yet he's determined to lead Niava toward destruction and annihilation. So this is interesting. It's like this whole time there's been a lot of annihilation themes, words and stuff surrounding him. Is that what he's the god of? The god of destruction? A golden Enzu lands on her finger. She lets it nuzzle her hand, and exhales. When they first met, he promised to make all her wishes come true and stand by her side. But something changed then, right? Maybe he knows that if she keeps going back to the human realm or something, something bad will happen to her. That's kind of been the case in almost every story. He knows how her story ends, and he tries to save her life no matter what. He sure did destroy her. Jesus, that was crazy. The thrusting animations. I can't believe that was in the first chapter. Long before the first grain of sand appeared in the Hayat Desert, before the first raindrop fell into Urtama's riverbed, her feet had already touched Nyava's chaos and dust. All grew under her gaze and touch, and people learned to survive by following her divine edicts. So she's the goddess of life. She guided them to build their homes, and she severed every monster's head for them. They devoted everything they had to worship her and used the most noble word in their hearts to address her as goddess. And an omnipotent guardian. Perhaps this is what it means to be a goddess. For a long time, she does everything within her power to protect every sunrise and moonrise in Nyava until she met another god. Dang, the hair. It's so pretty. Have you thought it over? She jumped down from a boulder. The god, whose name was Zayne, withdrew the angry spire. His expression was colder and harder than stone.
난 당신을 한 차례만 거절한 게 아닐 텐데. 당신의 권능석에 이름을 새기지 않을 거야.
By now I've declined your offer more than once. I will not carve my name upon your destiny stone. She lets out a derisive snort and draws her blade in an attempt to strike. And drew. But the blade's light had vanished without a trace before it could even reach him. See, with your immense strength, you can be a guardian of Nyava. I can tell you don't belong here. Yes, you're like a sun that belongs to another world. If you don't carve your name upon the destiny stone, you'll disappear like sand.
내 이름이 당신의 권능석에 새겨지면 당신과 내 운명의 궤적은 다시는 분리될 수 없어.
So maybe it was before.
이름밖에 모르는 남자랑 맹세를 하겠다는 거야?
So maybe it was before. Maybe that scene where he's traveling into this world was from before. Because he said, or he had been warned before he was headed off, that he would return to sand. Once my name is carved into it, then our paths will forever be intertwined. Are you desperate to forge an important covenant with a man whose name you only know? Why not? I told you my name too, didn't I?
이런 대가가 따르더라도 나를 붙잡아두려는 게 단지 이곳의 인류를 지키기 위해서인 거야?
You're willing to go to such lengths to make me stay, all for the sake of protecting these mortals? His intense gaze fell on her. For some reason, there seemed to be a trace of anger. Yes. Correct. Don't you think humans are fascinating creatures? Despite having lifespans as fleeting as shooting stars, they create so many wonderful things and have astounding ideas.
깜빡할 뻔했네. 당신은 항상 이랬지.
Wait a goddamn second. Ah! Oh no! He is back to say,
더 이상 따라오지 마.
Oh, we were right. He knows her. Okay. Wait a goddamn second. His name in Chinese is Li Shen. It's also a pun for God. Oh, there you go. Well, it's not surprising because there are hints from other like parts of the lore, right? Where he has the potential to be a god, which might be why Astra is trying to hold him in check. Fuck Astra. Okay.
깜빡할 뻔했네. 당신은 항상 이랬지. 변한 적이 없구나.
It seems I've forgotten. You've always been like this. Nothing has changed. He turns, walked away, and left behind a cold warning.
더 이상 따라오지 마.
Don't follow me anymore. Ooh. So this god's true name is God. Wow. Of course, she had no intention of listening to him. In this land, people passionately pursue what they desire. All of Nyava belongs to her, and Zayne will be no exception. Oh! He's standing in the same realm as she is, after all. But before she could catch up to him, an unexpected battle left her body severely damaged like never before. It was also then that she realized her body would deteriorate because she fought. There would be a day when she perished, and Zayne was actually the only god who could provide her succor. Gonna lurk a bit? Okay. Wow, though. The season's threads are woven by your hand. The scales of creation rest within your wisdom's palm. She leaned back on the rattan bed and stared at the distant firelight and crowds while humming along to the hymns that drifted over intermittently.
인간에게 숭배와 찬양을 받는 게 이렇게 기뻐할 가치가 있는 일인가?
Is being worshipped and praised by humans really such a joyous thing? Being praised, yes. The songs they're writing continue to improve. She shifted to the side so there was room on the bed, then she pulled Zayne down to sit. He still maintained that cold, indifferent demeanor. He brushed aside the sheer fabric draped over her shoulders.
이런 자그마한 찬양을 위해 목숨을 잃을 위험을 무릅쓰면서도 계속해서 전투를 하는 거야?
You intend to continue risking your life through combat just for these praises? Zayne, are you saying this because you don't like my people, or are you concerned about me?
둘 다 아니야.
Neither. He scooped up water from the jar to wash her skin that had recently healed. Then why did you rush into that black mist to rescue me?
질문이 많네.
You have a lot of questions. Which means you'll have to get used to it. Although she was concerned about the black mist that appeared, she decided to focus her efforts on convincing Zayne to stay. He possessed power that even she could not match. And he could heal her body. She couldn't let him slip away. Shouldn't you reconsider my offer? We're more than strangers who know each other's names now. Oh. She gave him a meaningful look. When he had healed her, she had been somewhat unconscious. However, she remembered more than he thought. Wait a minute. Okay. So there was non-con. Dub-con? I guess she would have wanted to be healed. But, okay.
나에 대한 너의 책임은 필요 없어.
I don't need you to care for me. She grabbed his hand and sat on his lap. According to Niava's laws, you belong to me. You have no right to refuse.
내가 규칙이라 불리는 것들을 따를 것 같이 생겼어?
Do I look like I would follow those laws? She smiled and kissed his eyelid. You can push me away.
아무것도 모르면서 뭐든 입 밖으로 꺼낼 수 있나 보군.
Even while knowing nothing, you dare to open your mouth. Although he remained calm, his gaze was reminiscent of a deep pool where dark torrents surged beneath the surface to warn her.
만약 너와 내가 함께한 것의 결말이 영원한 이별이나 심지어 죽음이라면 이 모든 걸 받아들일 수 있겠어?
If our final outcome is eternal separation or even obliteration, would you still accept it? You and I haven't even experienced a beginning. Why are you already thinking about our ending? Being afraid of a future that has yet to occur is a waste of time and betrays our true feelings.
그럼 말해봐.
Then tell me,
당신이 원하는 게 뭔지.
what do you want? Give me your fate. She recalled the vows people typically said when proposing and hastily picked one. Okay, alright. Which one will she pick? Which one is funnier? I want the funnier one. I'll pick this one. I'll treat you well until I breathe my last breath.
당신의 약속을 영원히 기억할게.
I'll remember your promise forever. He finally took her hand and slowly spread his fingers until they were intertwined with hers.
내가 대답하면 당신은 이제부터 영원히 내 곁에 있어야 해.
If I agree, then you have to stay by my side forever. Starting from this moment, I shall forever remain by your side. They resonated. Within the brilliant golden glow, her god responded to her.
우리의 이름이
Our names will be carved together. I don't know why the audio cut out.
우리의 이름이 함께 새겨지게 될 거야. 이제부터 당신이 바라는 모든 것에 내가 응하도록 할게.
From now on, I shall ensure your every wish comes true.
내가 응하도록 할게.
Their vow still echoes in her ears. On the Destiny Stone, their names remain closely intertwined. But that black mist, the appearance of the Vastrian, quickly became the beginning of the conflict between Zayne and her. He did not protect Niava as she had wanted. Instead, he'd allowed the Vastrian to bring catastrophe and devour her people's homes. I was wrong to have those thoughts back then. How could a god who governs annihilation possibly harbor goodness and mercy towards Niava? Her fingertips are pecked twice, which makes her return to the present moment. She unceremoniously pokes the bird's head. What, you still want to protest on his behalf? The golden Enzu suddenly lets out a shriller cry before pecking her palm with greater force. Fresh blood immediately wells up. Before she can react, it spreads its wings and flies back into the Engru spire. Wait! In this empty ethereal space, golden light flows like a river. It constantly shifts into intricate patterns. I'm inside the Engru spire? Golden Enzu. Her instincts make her immediately chase after it, yet when she finally sees it, she watches as it plummets into the void and the fierce flames erupt where it starts. The bird is reduced to ash and smoke. Is that her? Is that a symbol of her? A sudden, sharp pain shoots through her heart and she clutches her chest. Something strange appears on her palm. She opens her hand and sees the bloody marks left by the golden Enzu's beak. They dry and solidify into a crack across her palm. She soon understood what that strange line meant. The golden thread entwined in her hair suddenly snaps and the broken jade cuts off a strand of hair. She hears a silent lament from Urtama. Niava's rivers, Urtama and Ingar, are akin to the two most vital arteries in a heart. But now that one river has stopped flowing, the body called Niava is about to lose life's luster. She must save Urtama. As always, the sun rises. It shines on everyone's faces and on the river water that lies as still as a mirror.
만약 이제 강물이 다시는 안 흘러서 햇볕에 말라버리면 우리는 어떡하죠?
What if the river stops flowing and dries up? Then what will we do?
당황할 필요 없네. 우리는 수호신의 가호를 받고 있어. 울타마는 마르지 않을 거야.
No need to panic. The goddess will protect us. Urtama will not dry up.
어서 신우탑으로 가서 제사를 올려야 해요. 수호신께서 계시를 내려주시도록이요.
We should hurry to the divine tower and offer sacrifices. Then the goddess will bestow her divine guidance. Walking along the riverbank, she can hear people discussing Urtama's strange condition.
어쩌면 수호신이 일부러 강물을 멈추게 하신 걸지도 몰라. 양쪽 강가의 밀밭이 모두 강물에 잠기지 않게 하려고 말이야.
Oh. Perhaps the goddess deliberately stopped the water. She might have been trying to prevent the wheat fields on both riverbanks from being flooded.
맞아요.
That's right.
그게 수호신의 뜻이라면 우리도 그 뜻을 따라야죠.
If this is the goddess's will, then we should follow suit.
새로운 노래를 써야겠어요. 수호신이 무엇을 하시든 우린 그녀를 따르고 그녀를 위해 노래할 거예요.
We should compose new hymns. We must sing and abide by the actions of our goddess. The worry lingers on human faces for only a moment. They soon hum new melodies and continue on with their daily lives. She stirs the river water. Ripples spread across the surface, but they vanish in the blink of an eye. You're disappearing too swiftly. This matter isn't simply a problem with the river's flow. Something is messing with Urtama. Semra throws several small stones. The ripples are fainter and disappear faster.
정말 이상하네요.
How strange.
강물이 흐르지 않아요.
The river is stagnant.
정말로 수호신이 내 아에게 내린 뜻인 걸까요?
Is this truly the goddess's will? It isn't. At least I believe it isn't. Semra is the current ruler of Niava and the only person she associates with. However, she only tells her that she's the goddess's messenger. She always disguises herself as an ordinary person when she meets with her. The goddess should already be aware of Urtama's condition. She won't let disaster strike.
그럼요.
Of course.
내 아의 모든 사람은 신께서 우리에게 보호와 축복을 내릴 거라고 믿고 있는 걸요.
Niava people believes our goddess shall give her blessings and protect us from evil.
아무리 거친 강물이라고 해도 그녀가 타이르면 결국엔 온순해질 거예요.
Even the most unruly waters will inevitably yield and obey her. Dang, Samara's really pretty. The beautiful ruler respectfully bows. She intends to make her convey her reverence to the goddess. That mischievous mirth she knows so well appears in her eyes.
다만 수호신께서 요즘 어떤 기분이신지 모르겠어요.
How is our
우리가
goddess?
바친 황금과 옥이 수호신을 웃음짓게 했을까요?
Is she pleased by our offerings of gold and jade? She's, well, why do you ask?
전에 말하셨잖아요. 수호신께서 전에 어떤 남자 때문에 꽤 언짢으셨다고.
You told me last time, didn't you? She's deeply troubled because of a man. Men are trash. Back then, it was because she wanted to break into the Vastrian. Zayne and she didn't speak for a long time. It just so happened that Samara was leading a group of worshippers at the Divine Tower. She couldn't help but share a few things. She didn't expect her to still remember. It wouldn't be appropriate for me to inquire about such matters. She tries to gloss it over, but displeasure and helplessness surface in her heart once more. After treating her injuries, Zayne vanished without a trace again, and at some point he also took the Engru Spire from the Divine Tower. Always a man at fault, yeah. He certainly returned to the Divine Tower, yet he won't even see me. How infuriating. But she admits that she has never truly understood him. In addition, she knows even less about what he wants to do.
수호신의 주목을 받다니 그 남자는 진짜 특별히 뛰어난 존재겠어요?
In order to have won the goddess's favor, he must be truly exceptional.
아름다운 장미에는 언제나 날카로운 가시가 있는 법이지만 이 세상의 모든 것은 우리 신께 속한 것이죠.
Beautiful roses always have sharp thorns, but everything under the heavens belongs to our goddess. That's right, Zayne belongs to her.
남자 하나쯤이야. 곧 그녀의 치맛자락 앞에 엎드리게 될 거예요.
A mere man will certainly bow down at her feet. Dang. You're right, our goddess is omnipotent. She will never admit defeat in front of him. After Samra leaves, she ensures no one is around, then she cups a handful of river water and blows on it. The water in her palm floats into the air strand by strand. They unfurl in a flying carpet that's as soft and crystalline as a cloud. Take me to the upper reaches of Urtama. Hey, is this the flying carpet from the first myth? Ooh, or like something similar? That's kind of interesting. Mist spreads as the night deepens, and a subtle presence in the wind becomes increasingly pronounced. The closer she gets to the source of Urtama, the more certain her suspicions become. This presence is the same as what I've been exposed to before. It's Zayne's power. He's stopping the river from flowing? Several strands of complex emotions are ensnared in her heart, and the vast carpet woven from water seems to sense her restlessness. It speeds up. Suddenly, the river's surface, shrouded in mist, is slashed by golden blazes. Several golden Enzus soar. Golden Enzus, Zayne is here. They fly without delay, as if something urgent is driving them forward. Seeing that, she caught up. The golden Enzus cry out as they change directions. They quickly head towards the river's source. Ooh. As if passing through an invisible barrier, violent winds materialize around her. They stir the water to create towering waves. At the end of the river's source, a monster covered entirely in crystals is entrenched. Strange, chaotic streams of light swirl around its body. Ooh! Its mountain-like physique, a wanderer, is blocking the water's flow. No wonder the river is stagnant. It's hideous and unlike the ones in the Vastrian. The god who has been pursuing it wields his bow as he floats in midair. The mist is stirred and it swirls around his body. Under dim moonlight, Zayne's expression is cold and ruthless. His golden arrows are aimed at the injured, roaring monster standing in the water.
여기가 네 무덤이 될 거다. 쓸데없이 발버둥 치지 마.
This is where your grave shall be raised. Struggling is futile. The severely wounded monster attacks frantically. She quickly leaps into the air
네가 올 곳이 아니야.
while the flying carpet gets smashed into the water.
떠나도록.
You shouldn't have come here. Leave. Zayne keeps his gaze fixed on what's ahead. One hand holds his bow, while the other traces golden runes in the air. He intends to teleport her away. All of Miava belongs to me. I can be anywhere in this world if I so wish.
내 옆으로 와. 저 녀석에게 또 기회 주지 말고.
Come over here. Don't give it another opening. She grabs her sword and flies to Zayne's side. The monster pivots and charges towards them. Perfect. Let's see how sharp my repaired sword is. Zayne raises his hand and summons the angry spire. Brilliant light spills from the golden divine artifact. A burning mark is etched onto the monster's body.
약점을 조준해.
Aim for its weak spot. Oh, these are lines from combat. I see it. Resonate. Her vision is consumed by refulgent light as the power of resonance imbues her blade with tremendous energy. She swings her greatsword to attack. Meanwhile, Zayne's fingertips on the bowstring blaze with a spectacular radiance. The longbow is drawn, its appearance akin to a perfect full moon under tremendous force. Let's make... Oh,
빨리 끝내자.
let's end this quickly. Golden arrows carrying apocalyptic power pierce the monster's body. At the same time, her sword strikes where the mark guides her. That should finish it.
아니야.
No. Violent tremors accompanied by agonized roars shake the land as the riverbed and area under the monster crumble. The dying beast bursts forth with terrifying energy as if trying to devour the space around it.
비켜.
Get out of the way. Several golden runes quickly become entwined around her body. They're about to push her toward a distant place. Oh, but she holds on tight. By some uncanny impulse, she tightly holds on to. Their surrounding disappears like rushing river water during their rapid descent. Ooh, so they fall together. Before her consciousness is devoured by boundless darkness, she only remembers that trace of warmth she's clutching tightly with her fingers. She refuses to let it go. Bone-chilling coldness washes over her again and again. She curls up. In the cracks between the universe and time itself, Golden Eternity's gaze lands on her. Looks like an eye. Who... Is that my name? She wants to see the voice's owner, but a hand suddenly covers her eyes.
급할 거 없어.
No need to
일단
rush.
당신은 오랫동안 잠을 좀 자야 해.
You can rest for a long time. Or sleep for a long time. The cold sensation fades. Warm golden light envelops her.
언젠가 나는 당신과 다시 만나게 될 거야.
There will be a day when we meet again. Wait, what? There's definitely something going on with the timeline here. Warm liquid is splashed onto her face. There's a moist sensation, and the metallic scent of blood fills her nostrils. She opens her eyes. Oh, he's all
더
scarred.
늦게 깨어났으면 이 사막에 삼켜질 뻔했어.
If you had woken up any later, you would have been swallowed up by the sea of sand. Seemingly alive, waves of white sand slowly rise and fall. They surge toward them again and again. Looking at the arm around her waist, she lifts her head. Zayne is sitting against the black stone about a half person's height. He's holding her in his embrace to an extent. A golden barrier envelops them to keep the endless waves at bay. His outfit is not intact though, right? He's not got the robe anymore. Where are we? Inside that monster's stomach?
녀석의 뱃속보다 더 안 좋은 곳.
Worse.
여기는 녀석의 코어 아니야.
This is its core. What's a core?
녀석의 심장이라고 생각하면 돼.
You can think of it as its heart.
만약 이 심장이 당신과 나를 삼켜서
If this heart
충분한
devours
힘을
us
흡수하게 되면
and absorbs enough power,
이 괴물은 되살아날 수 있게 돼.
that monster will resurrect itself. No, but no, it's the heart. Or do you mean like that's where the sand is going? Because that could be possible. They probably have sand up their butts. We can't let it do as it pleases. We must get out of here as soon as... A sticky sensation on her palm makes her freeze. She looks at the wounds covering Zayne's body. A moment passes before she tentatively reaches out.
피야.
It's blood.
잘못 본 거 아니야.
You're not mistaken. Are you actually injured? It's not an illusion created by the protocore?
심각하지 않아.
It's not serious. But his blood continues to fall and the golden barrier starts to waver. Zayne, who has always been invincible and all-powerful, is actually injured. That is kind of crazy, right? Because yeah, I keep forgetting, they are gods. Take off everything you're wearing. What is he wearing? I feel like it's already all off. See, he's confused too. Seeing him not move, she uses one hand to tear away the remaining clothes on his body, while using her other hand to retrieve the water pouch from her waist. She pours water over his wounds. This is holy water from the tower's pool. Once the bleeding stops, you should feel better. He lowers his gaze and watches her wash away the bloodstain and dirt from his body. You also healed me like this when my body collapsed for the first time. Okay. So he did not penetrate her the first time. I was gonna be like, wow, they really introduced the dub con too. But no, I guess he healed her with holy water. Alright. 2 chains and a collar does not make an outfit, right? He most likely recalls those distant days, those times when she'd at least embrace him with a smile.
그때 내 손은 지금 당신 손보다 조금 더 부드러웠을 텐데.
It was gentler than you and your hand. Do you have more words that will incur my wrath?
내가 무슨 말을 해야 당신이 화내지 않을지 모르겠어.
I don't know what I could say that wouldn't make you angry. She lets out a soft hum and grabs his hand. Jesus Christ, these two. What is up with these two?
왜 나를 돕는 거야?
Why are you helping me? When you were fighting that monster, you set up a barrier to defend the village by the riverbank, correct? The river's water stagnation isn't related to you. You helped Nyava, so I will help you. She releases his hand and notices something unusual. She gave him a large amount of power to heal his injuries, yet her body doesn't feel any discomfort. On the contrary, it's Zayne, who despite possessing power far greater than her, who was actually injured to this extent. Ooh. Was the monster truly formidable, or is this cursed place affecting him? Many doubts gather in her mind. She decides to ask Zayne about it. Speaking of which, I fought near the vast shrine many times before, but this is the first time I've seen a monster covered entirely in crystals like that. Do you know of its origins?
당신이 실망하겠는걸? 나도 그런 건 네이아에서 처음 봤거든.
It appears I'm going to have to disappoint you, but this is also my first time seeing it. They like power play, but hate clear communication. Will they make it? Yeah, that's Master on Saturdays. Zayne turns toward the churning waves of sand, yet he seems to be looking at somewhere farther away. She follows his gaze, but there's only an endless expanse of white. Well, hopefully it'll be the last time, too. Why did the monster appear? How did you discover it?
보이는 대로야. 우연히 지나가다가 본 것뿐.
As you could see, I happened to spot it while passing by. I refuse to believe you'd pass by your Tama source on a whim.
그럼 그냥 내가 일부러 거기로 가서 기분 전환 좀 했다고 생각해.
Then let's just say that I went there to clear my mind. You're a god with a heart of stone. You need time to clear your mind?
분노, 슬픔, 걱정, 실망. 당신이 느끼는 감정들 나도 다 충분히 느낄 수 있어.
Oh, he's fighting back against this robot slander. Anger, sadness, fear, dejection. I can feel all the same emotions that you do. I can't tell. Don't you think this place is very peculiar? My body, which constantly needs to be healed, is unharmed, but here you are, covered in wounds. I suppose this place likes you more, so it wants to devour you more. Is he a robot? No.
녀석이 그럴 능력이 있는지 봐야겠지.
He's just autistic. That depends on whether or not it has the ability to do so. Zayne traces another rune in the air, and the barrier immediately becomes wider and more expansive. It envelops a larger part of the desert.
난 힘을 회복하려면 시간이 좀 필요해.
I need more time to
그
recover my strength.
전까지는 이 사막 밖으로 나가지 마.
Don't leave this desert. Do you know how to leave this place?
잘 몰라.
I don't.
그러니 그냥 여길 파괴해버리는 게 낫겠어.
Let's just destroy it. How is that difficult? We don't need to wait for you to recover your strength. She grabs her sword's hilt, and a gentle power flows through her body. This unprecedented condition gives her more confidence. Leave it to me.
잠깐.
Wait. She stands on her tiptoes and immediately transforms into a golden arrow. She swiftly ascends towards the night sky that's as black as ink. One moment later, Zayne watches the golden arrow fall like a meteor. It returns to his side and transforms into a figure he's most familiar with. Dust and sand swirl. Draping his outer robe over her, Zayne closes his eyes and silently focuses on restoring his power. Wait! Did she just come flying back? Zayne spends the day meditating to heal his injuries. With nothing else to do, she can only wander around the desert that's covered in golden light. Within this strange space, there is no distinction between day and night, and the color of the sky isn't clear. There is only a faint strip of white behind the distant clouds. It could be the outline of a spire's top or a broken crescent moon. She builds a bonfire. While she's listlessly piling up sand, Zayne quietly sits down beside her.
신우탑?
The Divine Tower? Correct, and it looks like your injuries have healed to some extent. Zayne opens his palm, and the Engu spire manifests above it. Aside from the light being somewhat dim, there are no other abnormalities. Here, drink some water. He looks at the water pouch she's holding out, but doesn't
손
move.
아파.
My hand hurts. Haven't you recovered?
당신 평소에 다친 인간한테도 이렇게 재고 따지는 거야?
Do you typically argue with the injured? Why didn't you just make her a boomerang? She kind of is one. Right? I like though that they make him an archer. Because in his very first form that you get with him for combat and stuff, he uses a bow and arrow. Resigned, she helps him drink the water. Then she recalls her harvest from the desert and pulls out a few orange carrots. Oh no. I can only find these. There's nothing else that's edible. Wow, this place really hates him. Eating something might help you recover faster.
필요 없어.
That won't be necessary. I already tasted them for you. They're not bad, and they're crisp. He's a picky eater.
나
He
먼저
does-
가볼게.
I'm leaving first. He quickly returns to the black stone side, sits down again, and dons on that dignified, serene appearance. Desert carrots. I know, right? Like, this place. I think this place is just giving him stuff he doesn't like. Like, he's the only one who's injured. It's only attacking him. I think it's like, it knows what's up with him. And it's like, we'll provide one thing, and it's gonna be the one thing that you can't eat. She's left alone with the carrots. She watches his figure and inexplicably senses a hint of fleeing in defeat. Oh my god. I love that they could be starving and he's just like, no, I'm not eating the carrots. A few days later, she loses interest in sand art once she built an entire city-state out of sand. She soon finds a stone slab.
이곳은 해도 달도 없으니
There's no
시간을
sunrise
재는
or
건
moonset
의미가
here.
없어.
Keeping track of time is pointless. I'm not keeping track of time.
그럼 뭘 하고 있는 거지?
And what are you doing? I'm drawing you. She blows away the debris and dust. She points out the crooked lines that vaguely resemble his figure. This is how you appeared when you were injured, and this is you when you let me give you water. Over here is how you looked while recovering. When we return to the tower, I'll put it in the most prominent place. You'll remember such disheveled moments whenever you see it. This is bullying.
유치해.
How childish. Let me show you something that's not childish then. Using her memory, she carefully draws symbols in the sand before her. Several rocks here had these. It was almost like someone carved them. Assuming they're text, these symbols don't belong to the Nyavian language. Can you read them?
이 공간은 실제로 존재하는 곳이 아니야. 단지 어느 곳인가 투영된 그림자일 뿐이지.
This place doesn't truly
이
exist.
보호들은
It's just a
어쩌면
shadow of another
아주
place.
오래전의 것일 수도,
These symbols
아니면
might be from the past.
더 먼 미래의 것일 수도 있어.
They could also come from a future.
적어도 지금 당신과 나한테는 아무 쓸모 없는 거야.
In any case, they're useless to us. Are you saying that everything we're seeing and touching is an illusion? They were trapped in an illusion before. Like they were trapped inside because of that protocore issue, right? They were trapped inside something like his living nightmare?
아니, 적어도 죽음만큼은 여기서도 진짜야.
No, you can die here. A few days later, it starts to rain in the desert. She doesn't like the rain. It represents rust, shapeless mud, and sometimes overflowing rivers, but the rain here is beautiful. Countless fluorescent blue raindrops fall like stardust from distant realms. They cascade through golden halos, and their splashes leave shimmering glimmers. If what you said is true, then do these droplets also come from the past or the future?
과거도 미래도 아니야.
They're not from the past or the
이것들은
future.
시간 그 자체일 뿐이야.
They are time itself. I don't understand. He raises his hand, and the Angru spire gleams with golden light. It's more brilliant and dazzling than ever before. In other words, Zayne has fully recovered.
이 비가 그치면 이제 이곳을 떠나야 해.
We should leave when the rain stops. All right. How strange. She doesn't feel the joy she expected. There's only a subtle melancholy. When we return to Niava, will we go back to being how we were before?
어떤 모습?
What do you mean? We'll only appear to be cordial when the reality is that we're emotionally distant, strangers.
우리가 그런 모습이길 바라.
You want us to be like that? Dang! Why did he say that line that way?
우리가 그런 모습이길 바라.
She shakes her head. I know you have things you need to do. There are secrets you can't discuss with me. But I've also speculated countless times. I thought maybe you never truly intended for Niava to be destroyed. After all, there are many things you wouldn't need to intervene in.
어떤 대답을 듣고 싶은 거야?
What kind of response do you want to hear? I hope I'm right because I don't want to hate you. I certainly don't want to despise you. Otherwise, it'd make me, the one who insisted on choosing you so long ago, look like a hooligan. Really? The word hooligan?
그럼 내가 증명을 해줘야겠네.
Then I should give you some proof.
당신이 내린 선택은 이제껏 틀린 적 없어.
That the choices you've made were not mistakes. The rain's gentle pitter-patter has ceased before she realized it. Clouds have thinned, and that white glimmer has become a little more clear. Zayne withdraws the golden barrier. Perhaps sensing its impending destruction, the desert falls into an unusual silence.
돌아가자. 내 야가 당신을 기다리고 있어.
Let's go back. Nyava's waiting for you. Once the last words leave his mouth, a tiny cold droplet suddenly falls onto his palm. Oh, it's snow. What's that?
눈.
No. What's snow? All right, they do live in a desert. I've never seen it before.
당신의 내야에는 눈이 내리지 않으니까.
Because Nyava doesn't get snow. After the first one falls, a multitude of those cold, white flower-like specks drift down. Her attention shifts to this curious phenomena as she catches the cold descenders and notes their appearance. All of them look different.
눈꽃 하나하나 모두 다 세상에서 유일한 존재야.
Every snowflake is unique. It's similar to how every person in this world is different. The snowfall grows heavy and shows no signs of stopping. It mixes with the white sand and doesn't melt. She crouches down and scoops up a handful. Pure sand and snow. They're indistinguishable from each other.
하지만 이것들은 떨어지는 순간 녹아버릴 운명으로 정해져.
But once they fall,
세상의
they're
모든
fated
것은
to melt.
소멸과 멸망을 피할 수 없어.
Nothing in this world can escape annihilation. Dang. He holds her palm, and the cold wind immediately blows away the sand and snow from her hand. But destruction is the only force that can bring about new life, yes? She catches a falling icy droplet again. Like Niava's denizens, the weeping that accompanies death resounds as a new life cries for the first time.
이제 가야겠다.
We should go now. The angry spire rises from his hands, its massive body settling onto the snow-white sand and manifesting a brilliant golden magic circle. He's such a Debbie Downer. Well, I think he is a god of destruction, so I think that's his job. It's his job to bring about destruction and remind everybody about that. Which is very interesting for her. I kind of like that about them though, because they're very different. As soon as she reaches out, Zayne tightly grasps her hand. The warmth he transfers dispels the cold from her fingertips. When she steps into the angry spire's magic circle with him, she looks back at the heavy snow that's gradually covering everything behind them.
이 눈은 당신이 그리워할 만한 게 아니야.
Oh, this snow is unworthy of your affection. The violent tremors and blinding white light make it seem as if the world is collapsing. Then she's pulled into an embrace that's as cold as snow. She would still remember those brief dreamlike days long after they passed. In her memories are the silvery sea of sand, the luminous blue rain, the swirling snow, and the warmth from Zayne's palms and embrace. Urtama begins to flow again. People gather beneath the divine tower to thank the goddess for once again granting them shelter and hope. However, a vague sense of worry and unease still lingers in her heart. It spreads with every drop of blood that flows and diffuses into blurry nightmares.
일어났어?
Are you awake? Yes. A ray of morning light shines into the divine tower. It draws a sharp line of light and shadow across the smooth tiles. Groggy, she sits up in bed and watches Zayne dress himself. In an unhurried manner, he puts on his accessories. So they slept together again. Okay. Like, is it just to keep her healing?
어젯밤에 악몽을 꾸던데 놀란 목소리로 잠꼬대도 두어 마디 하고.
You had nightmares last night and cried out in your sleep. Is that so? I don't remember anything. She supposes she did have a dream. It's most likely a terrible one, which is why her subconscious doesn't want to remember it. What did I say?
네이아라고 외치는 것밖에 못 들었어.
I could only hear you
그리고-
cry out Niava. And then,
당신이 아주 세게 나를 때렸어.
you hit me really hard. You're lying. Where did I hit you? Let me see.
여기.
Here. She looks intently for a long time before finding a barely visible streak of blood on his neck. Hit him again, girl. It's better now. A few golden enzus land on the tops of the pillars. They cast a golden glow. Dazed, she catches sight of Zayne smiling very faintly. Since returning from Urtama, their relationship has improved considerably. Whenever she wakes up, she often sees him.
당신 뭔가를 두려워하고 있어.
You're afraid of something. I only knew you had the power to destroy the world, but I didn't know you also had the ability to interpret dreams.
당신 눈만 봐도 알 수 있어.
I can tell just by
능력
looking
같은
into your
건
eyes.
필요 없이.
I don't need special powers. She clenches her fist. The crack on her palm still exists. It hasn't disappeared even though the river has begun to flow again. Is it possible the golden Enzu that turned to ash in the Angry Spire represents Nyava? Did I ask Zayne directly? I thought it represented her, but alright. But then he'll be aware of the fact that I accidentally entered the Angry Spire. She chooses her words carefully. Zayne, I remember you saying your divine gaze can see those that are about to meet their end. Oh! So what do you see? So what you see currently, is Nyava included? I see. She nods. For a moment, she can't think of anything else to say, so she can only respond with silence.
당신이 화를 낼 줄 알았는데.
I thought you'd be angry. I am the goddess who protects Nyava. If I lose my composure, then Nyava's future will fall further into a pit of hopelessness. Besides, didn't you say that you wouldn't let Nyava be destroyed? Can I assume that... She smiles and places both her hands on Zayne's shoulders. The end you see isn't necessarily set in stone.
앞으로 당신 앞에서 말할 때는 좀 더 조심해야겠네.
I should be more careful with my words when you're around.
하지만 당신도 알잖아. 종말이 없으면 새로운 탄생도 없다는 거. 이건 모든 세계를 움직이는 굳건한 법칙이야.
Oh.
운명
But you also understand that without an end, nothing new can arise. That is the law that moves all things in all worlds.
운명의 금기를 함부로 건드리려 하지 마.
Don't try to affect or move fate's forbidden territory,
운명의 금기를 함부로 건드리려 하지 마.
such as the Vastrin. Besides, her relationship with Zayne has improved so much as of late. She doesn't want to get into another argument with him again. I understand. I won't take any risks. She gives him a hug before jumping down from the bed. Just as she's about to head outside,
어디 가게?
where are you going? Her belt gets caught and she turns around. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll walk around and think about how to save Navia. Or sorry, Nyava.
그럼 나랑 같이 가자.
Then come with me. He pauses, his fingers that rest on her waist falter before tightening their grip. He clears his throat.
선물이 있어.
I have a
당신에게
gift for
주고
you.
싶은.
I have a gift I want to give you. Who the heck is Navia? Listen. She's a blonde woman in a different game, in a different world. Zayne leads her through the city's alleys. On the streets and by the riverbanks, there are busy, ecstatic humans everywhere. Is that a D? Oh no. Zayne covers his eyes and she wears a veil. At this moment, there's simply two lovers walking hand in hand amongst the crowds. What is this gift?
이 질문 이번이 세 번째야.
This is the third time you've asked this question. I'm doing my best to restrain myself for the third time. Curiosity about the gift overshadows the slight unease in her heart, yet what she's more interested in is... Giving gifts isn't something you do. Where did you learn this from?
많은 사람들이 이렇게 하던데.
Many people do this.
배우기 어려운 것도 아니야.
It's not hard to learn. While speaking, he walks into a wooden stall and lifts the grass cloth curtain that provides shade.
사칠라 씨, 계신가요?
Is Sagria here? High priest?
오랜만에 뵙네요.
It's been a long time. An elderly woman walks out of the wooden stall with trembling steps, and once she sees Zayne, her wrinkles are filled with
전에
happiness.
주문했던 벌꿀과 대추야자를 가지러 왔습니다.
I'm here to collect the honey and dates I requested.
이 부적을 드리죠.
This
이걸
amulet is for you.
침대맡에 두시면 머리가 안 아프실 거예요.
Place it by your pillow and you won't have headaches anymore.
아이고, 아직도 그걸 기억하고 계시다니.
Ah, so you still remember that. The elderly woman thanks him repeatedly. After accepting the amulet, she brings out a jar of golden honey. Upon seeing her beside Zayne, her smile widens to the point where her eyes are almost a thin line.
새 색시가 있으셨나 보군요.
It seems you have a wife
정말
now.
잘 어울리세요.
You two suit each other very well.
여기 꿀술은 두 분께 축하 선물로 드릴게요.
Then I'll give this bottle of mead to you as a gift. A wedding gift. Sorry. You clearly won't feel headaches anymore because you'll die. No! A ceramic bottle is unceremoniously given to her. Although she's stunned at first, she quickly gets a mischievous idea. I mean, they are kind of married, right? Like, they literally agreed to have their destinies entwined forever. What is that if not marriage? They are actually married. He's the god of destruction, not healing. Yeah, true. Oh, but he does heal one person. Thank you, but we haven't sought guidance at the Divine Tower yet. If the goddess doesn't approve, then we can't get married.
이런 좋은 일을 수호신께서 어찌 허락하지 않으시겠어요?
This is such a wonderful thing. How could the goddess possibly not approve?
사칠라 씨, 대취하자요.
아이고,
Miss Sagria, the
맞다
dates.
맞아. 대추야자.
Oh, that's
여기요.
right, the dates. After bidding farewell to Sagria, Zayne carries the heavy dates and honey. He also takes the mead from her arms. Why did you buy so many sweets?
점괘를 보러 갈 때 가져가서
They're for
신의
divination.
환심을 사려고.
We need to please the goddess. How can you be so certain that the goddess will like them?
지금 확인해도 되겠네.
I can confirm right now. He holds a date out in front of her.
사칠라 씨가 절인 대취하자가 내야에서 제일 맛있어.
In all of Nyava,
먹어볼래?
Sagria's pickled dates taste the best. Would you like to try? Full of anticipation, she eats the one from his hand. It's sweet enough to slay a goddess. And he's still got his sweet tooth. I guess his preferences mostly remain the same. Near the riverbank, Zayne knocks on the door of a mud house. An honest man greets them.
제사장님, 말씀하신 풀은 모두 따놨어요.
Hi,
이
priest.
정도면 충분하실까요?
The wild herbs you asked me to pick are here. Is this enough?
충분해요. 고맙군요.
That's enough. Thank you. As Zayne examines the basket of unknown plants, she talks to the man named Zabir. What are these herbs used for?
저도 잘 모르겠어요.
I don't know either.
이 풀들이 어느 날 갑자기 집 뒤 밀밭에서 자라기 시작했어요.
These just suddenly appeared one day in the wheat field behind my house.
원래는 다 베어버리려고 했는데 제사장님께서 지나가다 보시더니 그걸 자신한테 팔라고 하셨죠.
I was going to cut them down and throw them away, but the high priest passed by, saw them, and asked me to sell them to him instead.
게다가 돈을 주시면서 작은 땅 한 조각을 따로 남겨두라고 하시더니 그 잡초들을 그대로 자라게 하고는 주기적으로 사가셨어요.
Interesting. He also paid me to set aside a small plot of land. I was told to let the wild herbs grow there. Now he visits regularly to buy them. Okay, have a good day at work. If Zayne treats them as important, then could the herbs have special properties? She takes a small piece and tastes it. It's bitter with an unremarkable texture and unlike the plants humans might forage. Zayne turns toward her.
뱉어. 독성이 있는 풀이야.
Spit it out. That herb is poison. She would just like take a bite of a strange herb. Oh my gosh, this raccoon. Are you sure? Her response is accompanied by her gaze. She's a goddess after all. How could a tiny plant possibly poison her? For my emerald. Stop! Oh my gosh. But Zayne immediately reaches out and grips her jaw.
네가 할래? 아니면 내가 도와줄까?
Will you do it or will I have to help? Wow, listen to that threatening voice. I'm favoriting that too.
네가 할래? 아니면 내가 도와줄까?
Oh my god. Wow. He could play a gangster. I'll do it myself. Under Zayne's intimidating gaze, she can only spit out the herb and swallow almost a pot's worth of water to detoxify. They continue walking downstream along the riverbank. The clamorous voices fade to an extent, and smoke drifts from the tranquil villages. After Zayne exchanges a few words with the shepherd, or a shepherd, they gain an ewe as a companion. Are they gonna eat the ewe? Honey, dates, an ewe, and this basket of wild herbs. None of them look like Zayne's gift. Resting in the shade, she uses a bundle of fresh grass to distract the ewe and prevent it from eating the basket of poisonous herbs.
뭐 좀 먹어.
Eat. Where did you conjure these wheat cakes from?
방금 우연히 만난 아는 사람이 준 거야.
I ran into an acquaintance earlier, and they gave them to me. He spreads the honey he obtained on the wheat cakes and hands them to her along with a few figs. You know so many people. When you weren't at the Divine Tower, were you befriending every mortal you saw?
친구를 맺는다고 하긴 그렇고 우연히 몇 번 마주치다 보니 좀 익숙해졌을 뿐이야.
I wouldn't call it befriending. We had a few chance encounters, and we became associates. Those humans are fond of you. You don't actually dislike Niava. The humans here don't annoy you either.
나는 한 번도 내야가 싫다고 말한 적 없어.
I've never said that I disliked Niava. She gently punches him. You could have explained this to me earlier, yet you let me have these misunderstandings about you for so long.
내가 잘못했어.
I'm sorry. Unable to tell if she's more annoyed or amused, she pokes a corner of his mouth. Remember, your mouth isn't just for eating and drinking, it's also for explaining. And kissing me.
그렇구나.
I see. The ewe, having eaten her fill, settles drowsily by her feet and dozes off. She gently strokes the soft wool on her head. Now, can you tell me why you stopped me from entering the Vistran? Or Vastrian? Oh. You're also letting it erode Niava. Zayne looks away and his finger trails along a young, tender sapling beside him.
나무 한 그루가 자라는 데에는 씨앗을 뿌리고 새싹이 흙을 뚫고 나오고 가지가 뻗고 잎이 자라며 마침내 뿌리가 깊고 잎이 무성해지기까지 언제 물을 주고 언제 비료를 주며 언제 지지대를 세워야 할지 모두 시기와 법칙을 따라야 해.
As a tree grows, from the moment that it's planted to when it breaks through the soil, to when it begins to sprout and grows branches and leaves, and finally settles its roots deep into the ground, whether it's watering, fertilizing, providing support, all must follow proper timing and the natural law.
당신이 주는 것이 그 나무가 감당할 수 있는 범위를 넘어버리면
When what you provide exceeds what it can bear, with the slightest infusion of golden light, the sapling snaps. The sound is painfully harsh. You're saying that taking action against the Vastrian would only accelerate Niava's destruction.
그렇게 생각해도 좋아.
Yes, you could see it that way. Then when will it be the right time to eliminate it?
어쨌든 지금은 아니야.
In any case, it's not now. After passing through another wheat field, Zayne finally brings her to their destination, a home that belongs to farmers. After unloading the items that Yu had been carrying, a weathered woman welcomes them into the house.
제사장님,
High priest,
남가는 요즘 좀 어떤가요?
how has Nagan been these past few days?
제사장님께서 말씀해주신 대로 매일 그 아이를 안고 강가에서 씻기고 불로 방안을 훈연하고 있습니다.
I followed your instructions. I carried him to the river each day to wash him with fumigated his room with torches.
정신이 맑아지는 시간은 길어졌지만
He's been awake for longer periods, but
가슴에 있는 그 사악한 기운은 여전히 사라지지 않았어요.
the evil that's in his chest still hasn't disappeared.
우선
Vorticore
상태를
syndrome?
좀 보죠.
Let me examine him first.
이분은 신우탑에서 오신 사자입니다.
She's an envoy from the Divine
그녀가
Tower.
신의 축복을 아이에게 내려주실 겁니다.
She shall bestow the goddess's blessing upon your child. Oh my gosh! That reminds me that she was pretending to be an envoy the first time they met in that other myth. Sorry, I just like the little Easter eggs, you know? She feels a gentle push at her back. Realizing what's expected of her, she nods respectfully to the woman. She wipes away her tears and bows to her in return.
수신의 은혜가 이곳에 내리길 바랍니다.
May the grace of the goddess descend upon this place.
따라와.
Follow me. A clay lamp burns inside the mud house, its meager light revealing an unconscious child on the bed. His face is contorted because of the pain, and his breath is shallow yet labored. There's a fist-sized lump at his chest. I've never seen this kind of illness before. Unlike gods, human beings fall ill in age. He's also listened to many people's voices praying for recovery at the Divine Tower. Priests distribute talismans and amulets for dispelling illness and plague. Other than that, humans can only pray and wait.
열은 없고
There's no
몸의
fever,
반점도 많이 가라앉았네요.
and the blood spots on his body have faded.
오늘은 아이의 몸에 있는 사악한 기운을 완전히 몰아낼 수 있겠어요.
We can completely expel the evil from his body today. Have you examined this child many times before? Before entering, she noticed several rolls of linen in the corner of the courtyard. They're burial shrouds that were apparently prepared for this child. You plan to use your power to heal him?
이 아이를 치료할 생각이긴 하지만 내 힘으로 하는 건 아니야.
I will cure this child, but not with my own power.
이 세상에는 이미 그가 고통에서 벗어날 수 있는 방법이 존재해.
This world already has methods to free him from his suffering. Zayne hands her a bundle of poisonous herbs and a ceramic bowl.
이 풀을 짓이겨 즙을 내서 아이에게 마시게 해줘.
Help me crush these herbs to extract their juice, and after that you can feed it to him. But these herbs are poisonous.
제대로 효능을 발휘할 수 있다면 더 이상 독이 아니야.
If they can produce the correct effect, then they're no longer poisonous. She feeds the viscous juice to the child. Then she turns to see Zayne taking out the jar of honey again.
아이의 가슴에서 사악한 기운을 제거한 뒤에 그 위에 꿀을 발라줘야 해.
After driving away the evil presence from his chest, you just need to apply the honey.
그 후에 당신이 해야 할 일은 단순히 축복을 내리는 게 아니야.
What you'll need to do won't be just bestowing the blessings of the goddess. Amidst the tearful prayers of the mother outside, Zayne heats a thin blade over the flame for a moment.
지금부터 내가 하는 모든 일을 잘 기억해둬.
Remember everything I do from this moment. He's doing surgery! Holy shit! He's a doctor yet again. There is no moon tonight, and the stars scattered across the night sky are like glimmers of light on dark river surface. He sits by the riverside to recall the events that unfolded in the room.
풀즙 속 독소는 그의 감각을 일시적으로 마비시켜 고통을 덜어줄 수 있어.
The toxins in the juice. Oh, he uses it as an anesthetic. My God. Okay. The toxins in the juice can temporarily numb his senses, so he won't be in too much pain.
혹과 주변의 썩은 살을 제거한 뒤 얇은 소금과 꿀을 섞어 바르면 상처가 아무는 데 도움이 되고.
After removing the tumor and surrounding necrotic tissue, mix fine salt and honey. Apply the poultice here. This will help the wound heal.
마지막으로 양저주로 해독하고 몸을 차차 회복시키면 돼.
Then use sheep's milk to detoxify his body. Sorry, detoxify him and nourish his body. Zayne's voice was calm and quiet, his movements composed. With his care, the child's pained expression gradually disappeared.
이제 살 수 있게 됐어.
Now he will live. Zayne's actions feel unfamiliar to her. In the depths of her heart, there's always been a faint tremor. It's as if something is about to break through the soil and emerge from the earth. This version of Zayne, he talks about the past and the future. Can he see that reality too? Can he see the reality in which he's a doctor as well? Is that how he had this idea? Like, I feel like this isn't something that he just knows from being who he is in this universe.
이틀 간격으로 아이의 몸을 씻겨주되
Clean his body every other day. Don't touch the wound. You can feed him more sheep's milk. Zayne gives the ewe to the grateful woman before walking toward her.
무슨 생각해?
What are you thinking about? I'm wondering why you brought me here today and why you wanted me to see these things. I used to think that illness like death was unavoidable suffering. Everyone was born to endure it. However, it seems that's not the case.
병은 운명이 주는 벌이 아니야.
Illness doesn't stem from fate's punishment.
그건 흙 한 알, 바람 한 줄기, 물 한 방울, 그리고 입에 들어가는 음식 한 입에서 비롯되는 거지.
It comes from
이 세상 모든 것이
every grain of sand, every breeze, every drop of water, every morsel of food we consume. Everything in this world
병의 근원이 될 수 있어.
would become a source of disease.
그러니 병을 고치려면
If you want to cure it,
역시 이 세상에서 그 해답을 찾아야 해.
you must seek the answers from this world. She blinks, unable to fully understand Zayne's words, but the trembling in her heart grows stronger. When you healed that child, you didn't use any divine power. That means healing can be accomplished by ordinary humans.
당신의 백성은 지혜를 지녔으니
Your people possess
그들은
wisdom.
더 잘할 수 있을 거야.
They'll do even better. He turns his palm over, and the anger spire materializes in his hand. Guided by his fingertips, a thin, slender golden thread is slowly drawn out from within.
손 줘봐.
Give me your hand.
이게 내가 너에게 주려는 선물이야.
This is my gift to you. The winding golden thread extends into her palm and touches that crack.
이건 의술의 이치라고 부르지.
You can call it the principles of medicine. When the golden thread intersects with the crack, a brilliant radiance fills her vision.
말해봐. 무엇이 보이는지.
Tell me, what do you see? I see a vast expanse of flames. The people of Niava have lit bonfires.
잘 들어봐.
Listen carefully.
당신의 백성들이 왜 더 이상 환호하지 않는지.
Why are your people no longer cheering? Can't hear their voices. Beside the bonfires lie countless people with agonized faces similar to that dying child's. They're convulsing, struggling, bleeding from their bodies. Black clouds buzz and writhe around them. They're pulling torches from the bonfires to chase away those black clouds. Then they set them ablaze. The crimson flames ignite the black clouds, and they soar and shriek as they rush toward her divine tower. Falling sparks transform into flames that lick the hem of her dress. She stumbles backward and falls into the embrace behind her.
무서워하지 마.
Don't be afraid.
발밑을 봐봐.
Look down at your feet. She lowers her head and sees countless newborn green plants growing. They wrap themselves around the steps and cover the raging sea of fire. People harvest them, draw clean water, preserve the flames, and sterilize sharp blades with fire. They do it in the same way Zayne did.
이 모든 것들을 약이라 부를 수
All of
있어.
this is called medicine.
이건 의술의 이치에서 왔고
It's the tangible form of the principles of medicine. Knowledge meant to heal disease and recover from plagues.
앞으로 당신의 레이아는 더 이상 역병 때문에 절망에 빠지지 않을 거야.
From now on, your Niava will never again be driven to desperation by disease. Wow. That's really neat. The word that I could use to describe that, but I won't, because it'll trigger me. It's not long before an unprecedented plague arrives in Niava. She taught those principles of medicine to Samria in the form of a divine prophecy. Soon the suffering people lit fires, killed insects and flies, gathered unfamiliar plants they had never seen before recognized, and consumed their extracts. They began to ask about how the blood in their bodies flow, why their hearts are able to beat, and how their bones support them. The looming shadow of disease gradually fades from Niava. After that, Zayne gave her more gifts: iron casting, metallurgy, water management, land reclamation, calendars, mathematics. Each gift ultimately made life more vibrant through people's wisdom. The city-state grew stronger, and her Niava achieved a glorious prosperity that filled her with joy. That crack on her palm had also faded considerably. Everything's looking good so far. But we still have a lot to go, a lot of story to go. In the plaza before the Divine Tower, a massive statue of the goddess stands completed. The crowd bursts into enthusiastic cheers and cries of admiration.
저희가 귀한 청금석으로 그녀의 몸을 만들고 황금으로 그녀의 얼굴을 그렸습니다.
We crafted her body from precious lapis lazuli and traced her features in gold.
네야의 지존하신 수신이여, 백성들의 가장 경건한 사랑을 전하나이다.
These convey our most devout love to the goddess of Niava. I have heard her response. She likes this gift.
그녀의 위엄과 영광이 길이 남아 네야의 영원한 번영과 영광을 내려주시게.
May her majestic radiance and glory be everlasting, and may she grant Niava eternal prosperity and splendor. Themria and she stand amongst the elated crowd. They smile at each other.
이 신상도 당신의 얼굴처럼 영원히 시간에 의해 침식되지 않기를 바라요.
And may the statue, like your appearance, never be touched by the erosion of time. Has she figured it out? Samira seems to have already guessed her identity, yet she never says it outright. She pretends not to notice her assumptions. Samira, no one can escape time's gaze.
그렇다면 이후의 매일매일에 오늘과 같은 당신의 미소가 머무르기를 바라요.
Then I hope that in the days to come, your smile will remain just as it is today. She touches her cheek beneath the veil and subtly clears her throat to suppress her smile.
보아하니 그 수호신이 마음을 두고 있던 그 남자가 이미 그녀에게 자신의 마음을 준 모양이네요.
So, the man who troubled the goddess, has he given her his heart? Why are you always thinking about matters of love as the ruler of a nation?
사랑이란 감정은 사람을 기쁘게 하고
Love
마음을
makes
설레게
people happy.
하니까요.
And fills them with longing.
우리 수호신을 더 빛나게 하잖아요.
And it makes our goddess shine with joy. Or shine even brighter. Under the bright radiant sun, everyone is dancing and singing. Artama and Ingar flow endlessly, and the bountiful harvest will fill the spacious granaries. The city walls made of lapis lazuli and glazed stone become more magnificent, and the poet's melodious songs travel with ships to distant lands. She gazes toward the top of the divine tower. She knows Zayne is also looking at Niava, at her. Ready to wave at him, she raises her arm. Oh! Oh, here it comes. A sharp pain spreads from her palm and encompasses her entire body. An ominous premonition immediately wells up in her heart. She opens her slightly trembling palm. That crack that had been troubling her turns into an open wound. Oh, here it comes. Oh my gosh. While cheers surge like a tide in the plaza, the angry spire deep within the divine tower emanates several streaks of light. Zayne holds a fractured protocore. The monster that had been entrenched at Urtama dropped it. At the time, he followed the angry spire's divine guidance and traveled to Urtama's source to destroy the magical array he had once created there. Unexpectedly, the array originally meant to separate two realms had transformed into a massive monster after accumulating energy for countless years.
남은 마법진을 빨리 없애지 않으면 그녀 그리고 내 애는 더 큰 재앙에 직면하게 될 거야.
If I don't destroy the remaining magical arrays, she and Niava will face an even greater disaster. But that would be the herald of an even swifter farewell.
왜 슬프지?
Why are you sad?
모든 것이 시작되기 전부터
Before everything was
결말은
created,
이미 정해져 있었어.
the writing had already been written. Sorry,
더
the ending had already
일찍
been written.
다가오는 것이 그녀에게는 더 나은 운명일 거야.
For her, its early arrival should be a better fate. The golden Enzu softly calls out as it flies away from Zayne's finger. It once again disappears into the Engru Spire's rotating ring of light. He's trying to do another self-sacrifice, because that's what he does. She hurries back to the divine tower as the singing pain in her palm announces a cruel fact. The gifts that Zayne gave to her, which were actually facets of a civilization, did not change Niava's path towards destruction, but... Besides, didn't you say that you wouldn't let Niava be destroyed? Can I assume that the end you see isn't necessarily set in stone?
앞으로 당신 앞에서 말할 때는 좀 더 조심해야겠네.
From now on, I'll have to be more careful with my words when you're around. Zayne wouldn't make empty promises. He gave those gifts to me because he has a plan. Zayne, what do you intend to do? Her intuition tells her Zayne won't say anything, so where will she find the answer to this mystery? The golden Enzu's call passes overhead. Following its shadow, she spots the Engru spire in the distance. The mark on my palm appeared after I accidentally entered the Engru spire. If I enter the Engru spire again, will it discover something new? She fails to enter the Engru spire. An invisible barrier blocks her path, and the runes that appear on it bear the same pattern as Zayne's golden ornament. Perhaps she needs to obtain the key that opens it from Zayne. What are you doing? She wraps her arms around Zayne's shoulders and sees him holding a reed pen. He's drawing on a wet clay tablet. The outline looks somewhat familiar. It reminds her of the new statues the humans carved for her.
당신을 그리고 있어.
I'm drawing you. He looks at her eyes and eyebrows before carving 2 more lines.
여신상은 웅장하지만 얼굴이 너무 경직되어 있어서 보고 있으면 뭔가 빠진 것 같은 느낌이 들거든.
The statue is grand and beautiful, but the face is too rigid. When you look at it, something's clearly missing. His gaze splits between her face and the clay tablet.
이러면 어느 정도는 닮은 것 같은데.
This is a certain degree more accurate. It does look like me.
네이아 사람들은 당신의 진짜 모습을 본 적이 없지만 누군가는 당신의 모습을 기억해야 하니까.
Niava's people have
비록
never seen
그들이
your
더
face, but
선명하게
someone should
기억하는
remember
것은
your appearance.
당신이 그들을 위해 했던 모든 일이겠지만
However, what they will remember is everything that you've done for them. My appearance isn't important. Humans remembering what the statue looks like is enough. Zayne smiles faintly and carefully sets the clay tablet aside.
그래서 이건 오직 나만의 것이야.
Then this will be only for me. She looks at his chest where one pendant stands out conspicuously among the golden ornaments. Where? Which one? It's the same as the runic pattern on the barrier of the Angry Spire. If I get it, I'll be able to enter. She feels slightly guilty, but she must know what Zayne plans to do. Otherwise, she's afraid there will be consequences she can never undo in the future. Zayne, there's a full moon tonight. Shall we go outside to look at it?
좋아.
All right. Music is so nice. The moonlight is hazy. Far away, the sounds of singing and dancing from the city can still be heard, but they quickly fade into the night wind and soft chirping of insects. On the terrace of the Divine Tower, she arranges the food she bought from the market on a table and sits down next to Zayne on the rattan bed. Try some. I requested these honeyed sweets be made according to your preferences. Force feeding him now.
계피, 잣, 그리고 캐슈넛 맛이 나네.
Cinnamon, pine nuts, and cashews.
맛있어. 좀
Delicious.
싱겁긴 하지만.
A little bland. That's impossible. I watched them make these myself. They added this much honey.
정말 싱거운데?
It's very bland. Oh my gosh. His sweet tooth is unstoppable. She watches Zayne skeptically as he eats 2 more pieces with the same unfazed expression. She thinks for a moment before tentatively leaning in to give him a kiss. You're lying. It's so sweet. She scrambles to find water, but he catches her with one arm and pulls her back.
달을 보자고 하지 않았나?
I thought we were admiring the moon.
물은 여기 있어.
The water is here. Once she drinks it, he continues to hold her hand and allows her to rest against his chest as they appreciate the moon. The pendant is right before her eyes, its radiance so bright that it almost hurts to look at. A long time passes, then she takes a deep breath and finally makes up her mind. Seduce him or make him intoxicated? Okay, we're picking this one. Zayne.
응?
The moonlight is beautiful. Wouldn't it be a bit of a waste if we didn't do something? He's caught off guard, his gaze drifting to the places her clothing conceals.
당신 몸이 또?
Your body is... Does it only have to be when my body's on the verge of collapse?
여긴 밖이야.
We're outside. The Divine Tower in its entirety is mine, and you also belong to me. Does it matter? To keep him from finding more excuses, she puts a sweet into her mouth, wraps her arms around his neck. My phone is getting hot. Uh-oh. The sweet easily stirs up feelings of pleasure, but when savored more carefully, it becomes far more intoxicating. Oh no, he's breathing heavily. In the narrow space between their mingled breaths, Zayne slightly turns his head away to avoid her eager pursuit. The kiss that misses its mark lands on the corner of his lips. It draws out deeper, lingering breaths.
이건 나에게 주는 답례야. 아니면 날 벌하는 새로운 방법이야.
Is this a gift for me or a new form of punishment? She lowers her head and rests her cheek against Zayne's shoulder. Her lips touch the spot where his heartbeat pulsates against his neck. With every syllable, she can feel his skin become damp beneath her breath. You want me to stop? I think her hand's doing
고개를
something.
끄덕여야 하는데
Should nod.
내 마음은 그렇지 않다고 말하는군.
My heart doesn't want to. Why not both? His arms that are wrapped around her waist tighten. Silent waves surge and churn in his eyes. They scatter with the fine golden flecks from the candlelight. Her name, held between his teeth, melts faster than the sweet on their lips and tongues. After helping Zayne settle into a comfortable position, she carefully removes the pendant and approaches the Engru spire. Dang, girl! It operates silently. She looks up at it, but hesitates because she realizes she's about to see a truth. Perhaps I'm overthinking this. Shouldn't have deceived Zayne. No, I must know Zayne's true purpose. Even if the consequences are terrible, I'm willing to bear them. Right, time to go. When the pendant touches those runes, golden flames spread out from the Engru spire and envelop her. Her vision blurs, her consciousness falls before this golden light, and the cracks of the world open before her eyes. Golden Enzus carrying threads in their beak fly past her. Each flap of their wings shakes off golden dust. Those particles gather at her feet and spread out into countless endless rivers in the blink of an eye. Everything appears to be the same as last time, yet there are subtle differences. If the Engru Spire contains all the worlds in the universe, then each river leads to a different world. But I'm not sure which river I should step into. She looks at the wound on her palm. She hesitates a moment before cutting it. Ooh! As fresh blood seeps out, one of the golden Enzus turns towards her. The river it guides also pauses for a few moments. It's that one. All right. Howling winds carry an aura heavier than death itself. It pierces her body while hollow reverberations echo endlessly through the boundless darkness. Between jagged mountain ridges, a massive stone gate blocks the winding gravel path before her. A figure clad in gray robes materializes before her. After circling for a moment, the golden Anzu lands on
돌아올
his
수
shoulder.
없는 땅에 무단으로 침입하신 신이시여, 문지기의 충고를 들으십시오.
It's the gatekeeper from earlier.
당신의 발걸음은 이곳에서 멈추어야만 합니다.
Deity who has trespassed into Everlost, listen to the gatekeeper's counsel. Your footsteps can go no further. I seek whatever lies behind this stone gate. Please don't block my path. He looks at the pendant she has. Its light now dim.
당신이 이곳에 발을 들인 첫 번째 신은 아니십니다.
You're not the first deity to set foot here.
돌아올 수 없는 땅은 그 어떤 방문자에게도 자비를 베풀지 않습니다.
But Everlost will not show mercy to any visitors. Are you referring to the owner of this pendant?
그분의 기적이 한때 이 세계를 뒤흔들었지요.
His divine miracles once shook this realm. Zayne has been here.
그분의 힘은 이미 쇠약해졌고 그 지존하신 신께서는 곧 소멸의 결말을 맞이하게 될 것입니다.
His power has grown weak, and that supreme god is about to meet his end. Unable to tell if her thoughts were frozen from shock or from the cold, she hears her own stiff voice. What brought that god here?
일곱 겹의 문 너머 끝없는 심연 속에는 생명을 창조하고 죽은 자를 되살릴 수 있는 장생의 돌이 있었습니다.
Beyond the seven gates, a stone was nestled in the netherworld's bosom, the Creatio Stone. It could create life and resurrect the dead.
그것은 거의 영원에 가까운 시간 동안 잠들어 있었고
Rested in
그
an eternal
신께서
slumber,
그것을 가져가셨습니다.
and then that god took it. Creating life, resurrecting the dead. What did he do with the Creatio Stone? As soon as the question leaves her lips, a truth vaguely reveals itself in her heart.
충분히 무거운 영혼만이 장생의 돌과 공명할 수 있습니다.
Only a divine soul of a certain weight can resonate with it.
장생의 돌의 기운을 지닌 여신이시여,
A goddess who bears the aura of the Creatio Stone.
망자들이 잠든 영원의 고향에서 느꼈던 뼛속 깊은 한기와 어둠을 잊으셨습니까?
Have you already forgotten the eternal realm's bone-chilling cold and darkness, where the dead slumber? When those words fall, her heart stops for a moment. The cold that sweeps across eons drags her soul back to blurry yet vivid bloody memories. The pain one could feel in their bones at death's doorstep, suffocating darkness. She can't remember anything else. It's fine, there's no reason to be afraid of a death that has long since passed. She steadies her breathing, only to realize something. Zayne, he knows how I died. That's why he resurrected her. Sorry, me. It seems our fates were already intertwined long before our first meeting in Niava. The Cratio stone is precious. When he took it, he must have paid an equivalent price. She could almost see the heavy stone gates slowly open. A familiar figure enters without any hesitation. Zayne, what price did he pay to resurrect me? What did he lose? The gray figure's sighs are like the murmurs in one's sleep, a lament sung for those who never return.
부활하신 신이시여, 만약 당신께서 모든 돌문의 시선을 견디고 모든 어둠의 침식을 인내하신다면
That was at the beginning. He came to bring her back from Goddess who has been resurrected, if you dare to endure the gaze at each stone gate and withstand the erosion of darkness,
당신께 보여드리겠습니다.
I can show you
이미 사라진 그 과거를.
the past that has already gone. I'm willing. The weakened golden Enzu screeches and lunges at her. A sharp feather heads straight for her eyes. The pain is more unbearable than death itself. She digs her nails into her palms and barely manages to keep herself from closing her eyes. While she's in a daze, that golden Enzu seemingly carries her through the mist-dark barriers. It soars to those looming layered stone gates. White bones dance wildly, rivers of blood boil, and thorns leave crisscross bloody marks on a body stripped of power. She sees that his figure silently passes through one massive stone gate day after another. Only a single golden Enzu is by his side. So he endured so much pain and torture to get to the other side. Warm blood splashes onto colorful flowers that rest on the countless bone fragments beneath his feet, quickly absorbed. Countless greedy whispers echo around his ears. They wait for the moment he falls so that they can devour him. Is that why he wears the mask? Oh my god. Pain.
나를 따라 이곳에 들어오지 말았어야 해.
You shouldn't have followed me here.
내 힘은 곧 돌아올 수 없는 땅에 모두 삼켜질 거야.
My power is about to be devoured by Everlost.
이곳이 널 삼키기 전에 떠나.
Leave this place before you're devoured by this place. Don't go any further. It's as if her spirit possesses the bird by his side. The words she speaks transform into shrill bird cries. She's unable to stop him. Zayne looks at the void. Not far off, a brilliant yet ice-cold lapis lazuli sits on one end of a scale forged in gold. It weighs the scale down while an empty pan on the other side awaits. So the bird was her.
상생의 돌.
The Cratio stone. He steps forward, his slightly trembling fingers reverently caressing it. Once again, eerie whispers arise. The voices don't belong to a single soul, yet they're seemingly an echo of every spirit between heaven and earth.
상생의 돌은 무게를 가늠할 수 없을 정도로 무거워. 와, 그 신은 이제 교환할 수 있는 게 아무것도 없어.
The Cratio stone is extremely heavy. Look, that god no longer has anything with which to exchange for it.
그의 영광과 권능은 이미 일곱 견문에 의해 박탈당했고 그의 힘은 모두 길에 흩뿌려졌다.
His glory and authority have been stripped away by the seven gates, and his divine power was spilled along the path he took to get here. Give up.
포기해.
Give up.
우리가 네 남은 혈육을 삼킬 수 있게.
Let us devour what remains of your flesh and blood. His remaining power coalesces on his hand. He places this faint glimmer on the other side of the scale, yet the beam doesn't budge.
부족해.
Not enough.
부족해. 창생의 돌보다 더 귀중한 건 없어.
Nothing is more precious than the Cratio stone. In his palm, a mass of fresh blood swirls like crimson mist to become another weight on the scale. The golden beam tilts ever so slightly before returning to its original position. Enough, Zayne. Her words can only become the Enzu's mournful cries. Then his hand moves. Oh my god, did he just slice his own? Ooh, radiant light illuminates the vast netherworld. When the heaviest object from his body falls upon the pan, the balance tilts. Holy shit. I mean, this is very Egypt coded. Oh my god, he just tore out his own heart and put it on the scale. Okay, we need to hear this line.
나는 이것을 창생의 돌과 교환하겠다.
I'll exchange this for the Cratio Stone.
이것을 그녀에게
I'll give her
부활의 생명과
a
안식처를 주겠어.
renewed life and a safe place. The translucent gem falls onto Zayne's hands as he struggles to take out another equally brilliant crystal formed from fresh blood. The crystal slowly melts into warm, divine blood and drips onto the gem whose color is like lapis lazuli. A long time passes and the first heartbeat emerges.
이번에는
This time,
죽음이
death
더 이상 그녀가 돌아갈 곳이 아니게 될 거야.
will not return to her. That's intense. Oh my god. Wow. That was very intense. She feels like she spent a lifetime in the Angus Spire. But when she returns to the Divine Tower, the moon hasn't even moved westward. Carefully placing the pendant back, she can't help but gently smooth his slightly furrowed brow. He gave everything he could to give a secure future where she could survive, to construct a world where she could find shelter. Now this world is in danger. She will perish along with it. She's certain he shall pay another devastating price to save her. I used to be sad before. It seemed like you didn't care about me and wanted to do everything that could make me angry. But now, I regret it. These words aren't spoken aloud. She rests her head over where his heart is. Prefer it if you never liked me. Stop you this time. Gosh. That really echoes his lines. Like from the first trailer with Zayne. He's one of the only ones that has a line that was very perplexing at first, but now makes a lot of sense, where he says he hopes that this time they won't get a chance to meet. I will face my fate, Niava's fate, on my own. However, the Anger Spire didn't exactly tell her what Zayne plans to do. She racks her brain for many days and secretly makes preparations to the best of her ability. Although she wished Zayne was more straightforward and told her everything, he never gave her the answer she wanted, no matter how she tried to probe indirectly. So when Zayne suddenly invited her to go to the Bastrain, that day has arrived. A premonition of separation and indescribable melancholy wells up in her heart, but she puts on a careful smile. All right, let's go. Having seen it countless times before, the Bastion is the same as it's always been. Dust and sand fills the sky, and black mist enshrouds everything. Yet Zayne stands by her side and fights alongside her to eliminate monsters after monster. When I asked you before, you said the Bastion couldn't be destroyed yet. Is today that time? The monster is destroyed because of Zayne's attack, and he turns to hand her a strangely shaped crystal.
전에 이곳의 괴물과 싸웠을 때는
When you fought the monsters
아무리
here
베어 죽여도 다시
before.
되살아났지.
They'd always come back, right? Correct, but they're dissipating now.
그들의 코어가 마지막 에너지를 모두 소진했기 때문이야.
It's because their cores have exhausted the last of their energy. He takes the crystal from his hands. He said that protocores are these monsters' hearts. Even though it looks as brilliant as a gemstone, it brings disaster.
재앙만 가져오는 건 아니야.
It isn't merely a harbinger of
다만
catastrophe.
지금의 네야가 그것의 진정한 쓰임새를 발휘할 수 없을 뿐이지.
Niava in its current state cannot utilize its true purpose. Must I wait for another time? He doesn't answer her again. She takes a deep breath and channels a small flame of frustration rising in her heart into her sword. She slashes the next monster. The time spent in these fierce battles is fleeting yet extraordinarily long. The last monster is annihilated. In the blink of an eye, the black mist and thorns vanish. The corrupted land that once brought countless disasters to Niava is seemingly swallowed up by an invisible vortex. She should feel a sense of relief, yet the heavy feeling in her heart hasn't lessened in the slightest. The ground violently shakes, and their surroundings ripple with invisible waves. They grow larger and larger until the first cracks appear at their center. What is this?
무한 영역이 사라졌어.
The Vastrian has
이
vanished.
균열은 마치 악성 종양을 제거한 후에 상처로 볼 수 있겠어.
Perhaps this fissure can be considered a wound left after removing a malignant growth. He stops before it and turns to look at her.
가자.
The evening breeze stirs up a gentle, harmonious rustle among the trees. A stream flows past the undulating rocks and stones. This is the valley where we first met. But it was eroded by the Vastrian centuries ago. It became a desert with yellow sand. Is this a dream?
꿈이 아니야.
Not a dream. Zayne holds her hand as they disturb the bubbling water. It's cool, and she can feel every strand of water flowing through her.
당신이 나를 처음 보았을 때
When
나를 차지하겠다고
You
했던 게
first-
기억나는군.
you first saw me, I remember that you said you wanted to claim me.
신우탑으로 바로 데려가겠다고도 했었지.
And you planned to take me back to the Divine Tower. You drew your bow and knocked an arrow, and the projectile penetrated the mountain. I'd never seen someone so powerful and handsome before. Of course I couldn't let you escape. And handsome. Looking back now, that day was a first meeting for her, but for Zayne, it was a reunion he waited for a long time. Sorry, I'm thinking of Beyond Memories. I should not be thinking of Beyond Memories. That one, oh my god, I'm in so much pain right now. I'm in so much pain from Beyond Memories right now that I was reading Placebo to bring up the mood. Fucking Placebo. When you saw me back then, what were you thinking?
그때 나는 내가 운이 좋다고 생각했어.
Back then, I thought I
이
was very
세상에서
lucky.
처음 만난 사람이 당신이라니.
The first person I encountered in this world was you. Seeing a beautiful goddess fall from the sky, an unforgettable experience.
아름다운 여신이 나를 뚫어져라 쳐다보다가 시냇가 돌을 밟고 미끄러진 모습이 정말 잊히지 않더라고.
I can imagine that MC would tell anyone calling Zayne handsome, back off, bitch, he's mine. Honestly, yeah. That beautiful goddess was preoccupied with gawking at me. She then proceeded to slip on a stone and fall. Indeed, it was truly unforgettable. As if they were going for an ordinary stroll, he leads her through grove after grove of trees and tree shadows. They sway with starlight.
이곳은 무한 영역의 가장 깊은 곳이야.
We're in the depths of the Vastrum. Sorry, we're in the deepest part of the Vastrum. If we go through here, where will we find ourselves?
알고 싶어?
You want to know? I don't. She stops in her tracks and tightly grips his hand. If they reach the end of this world, he might leave her. I want to stay here. I don't want to go anywhere.
그럼 여기에 머물러.
Then let's stay here.
나도 어디도 가고 싶지 않아.
I don't want to go anywhere either. The passage of time becomes insignificant. If they desired to see the sun rise in the sky, daytime descended. If one wished to see the stars, the sky would become a black expanse covered in specks of light. There are mountains and rivers, lakes and streams, green meadows, flowers, plants and trees, and even houses. This place is like a small world created by a nameless deity. It was made for her and Zayne, and they're the only two living beings here. Like Adam and Eve. Zayne and she have never been apart for every moment they've spent in this place. Even a deity in this world, unknown to anyone, would willingly become an ordinary person driven by love. She's still trying to use every possible method in their brief time to hold on to Zayne. She attempts to glean any hint or clue from his words. But he continues to look at her with his calm, gentle gaze. He doesn't say anything. This is for you. She places a clay figurine made from river mud in front of Zayne.
요즘 계속 강가에 쪼그리고 앉아 진흙을 파고 있었던 이유가 인형을 만들고 있었기 때문이었군.
So the reason that you were digging up mud by the river for days was to make this? He takes the figurine and examines it carefully.
이건 나인가?
Is this me? It resembles you, no? This is the most handsome among all of the clay figurines I've made.
나는 당신이 한 쌍을 만들 줄 알았는데.
I always thought that you'd make a pair. I actually did try to do that, but I kept breaking it. I remember how you used to heal my wounds. You're more likely to succeed in making a pair compared to me.
누가 나는 창조에 재능이 없다고 하던데.
Someone said that I wasn't very good at making things. But you're still constantly trying to fix everything, whether it's me or Niava. Saying this world keeps improving because of the gifts you've given me. It has absorbed the nourishment from those facets of civilization.
이곳이 좋아진 건 당신 덕분이야.
You're the one who made it a wonderful place.
이 세상은 곧 이서원이 필요 없어질 거야.
This world will no longer need a Zayne. I need you. I need Zayne. I can't handle this. Ah! Their surroundings are quiet for a moment.
우리가 여기서 보낸 시간 동안 행복했어.
Were you happy during our time together here? If it were possible, I'd wish everything was like this for all of eternity.
가능하다면 이곳에 계속 머물고 싶어?
If it were possible, would you stay here? She nods, then she shakes her head. We both have things we must do. You're going to leave, right?
당신의 내야는 영양분이 가득 담긴 씨앗과도 같아.
Your Niava is a seed that has already stored enough nutrients. Zayne avoids her gaze as a phantasmal seed appears in his palm.
다만 아직 그것을 심을 때가 되지 않았을 뿐이지.
But this is not the time to plant it.
이 세상에서 아주 멀리 떨어진 곳에 내가 반드시 지원해야만 하는 오류가 있어.
In a place infinitesimally far from this world, there are errors I must erase. He closes his palm, and when he opens it again, golden light has gently enveloped the seed.
오류가 지워져야만 적절한 토양이 나타날 거야.
The proper soil shall only appear when those errors are gone.
그때가 되면 이 씨앗은 비로소 싹을 틔우고 자라나고 성장할 수 있어.
Only then will this seed break through the soil, sprout, and grow.
당신은 오랫동안 행복하게 내야에서 영원에 가까운 시간을 보내게 되겠지.
The time you spent in Niava will seemingly last an eternity. You'll be happy. Those distant grand stories leave his lips as if they were a single leaf gently falling. Yet the weight they have in her heart is heavier than the mountains. That's what you need to do. She sweeps away the phantasmal seed and forces her voice to remain steadfast. You'll protect Niava and me so that nothing can get through, and you'll face the dangers and death yourself. Is that it? How would you think I could accept your sacrifice and devotion with a clear conscience?
미안해.
Sorry.
이기적일지라도
Even if it's
난
selfish,
영원히 같은 선택을 할 거야.
I'll always make this choice. He presses down on her hand. As golden light flickers, an object emerges from beneath their overlapping palms. The Destiny Stone? Panic floods her heart. She struggles desperately to break free. Zayne, if you erase your name from the Destiny Stone, you'll disappear forever, and you'll never be able to return to Niava. Familiar golden light pours out from between their intertwined fingers, and the power within her body surges. On the black stone tablet, surrounded by golden radiance, Zayne's name is being erased bit by bit. You promised to carve your name. You were the one who wanted me to stay by your side forever. He looks at her carefully. His focused gaze makes her feel as if he wants to etch her appearance into his memories before fading away. Hoping this will bring back the sound.
이제부터 이 세상엔
From now on,
내가 필요하지 않아.
this world doesn't need me. My heart. She rushes back to the Divine Tower using the shortest amount of time. Unsurprisingly, the Angry Spire has disappeared with its master. Her footsteps echo through the vast hall, yet when she realizes she's the only one in this tower, an enormous emptiness engulfs her. It's like Zayne had never existed. It shouldn't be like this. It can't be like this. She catches a glimpse outside. She stops and looks at it in disbelief. No! Scattered frost and snowfall drift in from the sky.
당신의 내야에는 눈이 내리지 않으니까.
Your Niava doesn't have snow. It must be Zayne. He's going to protect Niava. I must find him right now. She almost stumbles as she runs behind the altar and turns the mechanism hidden beneath the floor tiles. In the small room beneath the altar, the golden Enzu that once carried her through Everlost is huddled in the nest she built for it. My apologies, I kept you confined for so long. This is one of the preparations she made in advance. Once Zayne leaves, she will never be able to track him down again. She contemplates her next move. She can only rely on the Angru Spire. The golden Enzu can't exist without the Angru Spire, which means it shall fly to it no matter what. And that's where Zayne is. She cradles the golden Enzu, cuts her fingertip, and lets her blood drip onto its sharp beak. Take me to Zayne. Alright, not a bad plan. Is this the last? Oh my god. This has been so much pain. Golden Enzus are born from Zayne's power. Regardless of his current location, every bird can sense his presence. The bird she brought back from the Angru Spire staggers before flapping its wings. It flies towards the depths of the tower. It seems Zayne is still in the Divine Tower. When her foot touches emptiness, the sensation of weightlessness follows. Golden Enzus weave and dance before her eyes. The sight doesn't surprise her, but there's no river paved with golden dust this time. The rapid descent doesn't cease. Golden threads from the bird's mouth crisscross, interweave, and extend into fragmented images.
내 눈은 녹지 않을 테니까
My snow won't melt.
울지 않겠다고 약속해줘요.
Promise me you won't cry anymore.
제스민의 향기를 따라 걸어봐요.
Follow the jasmine's fragrance. These scenes without order or causality spread out before her. Piece by piece, they form the faces of her and Zayne. In the depths of her soul, a corner that was never touched has already loosened.
이렇게 하면 시들지 않겠죠. 어둠 속에서 그를 건져내 눈보라 속에서 그를 감싸 다가오지 말아요. 우린 다음 여명이 찾아올 때 다시 만날 거예요.
Oh my gosh, these are all Zaynes from the different universes, isn't it? That's crazy. He's immobilized by black ice crystals. He's holding an umbrella beside an ancient tree. He's in a field of white flowers. Yeah, those are all her different Zaynes. My heart. He's in an endless expanse of thorns. He's under a green aurora. He's in front of a gravestone in a cemetery. We just recently did that scene. These fragmented images flash rapidly before her eyes. Each one comes to an abrupt halt at yet another farewell. The golden Enzus, bound to these broken scenes, let out shrill cries of sorrow before fading away. Her eyes burn, and the tears that scatter are swept away by the falling wind. That's me and Zayne. That's our past. Sorry, their past. Or perhaps their future. One end of a golden thread is suddenly placed into her hand. As if being held up by a pair of gentle hands, she slowly stops falling. Meanwhile, the golden Enzu that brought her here spreads its wings and flies towards the depths of pure white. Tightly grasping the golden thread in her hand, a brilliant magical circle slowly materializes in her periphery. He's waiting for me there. If everything she's seen consists of memories of what has happened and what has yet to happen between them, even if every encounter between Zayne and her is destined to be incomplete, I will always go to Zayne. Oh, my heart. Oh, I love this. This has been some really solid, writing too. Her gaze, overwhelmed by light, slowly recovers, yet she feels like a suspended wisp in this overly bright white room. Zayne is standing in front of more than 10 tablets made of material she's never seen before. Images she doesn't understand flicker across from them. He's here, but he can't see me.
앵구루, 다시 연산해.
명령을 수신했습니다.
From another
지금부터
calculation.
제27만 1828차 연선을 진행합니다.
Oh my gosh, the backdrop and his current appearance are so incongruous that I'm so confused right now. I have received the command conducting calculation attempt number 271,828. When I saw the big number, I was like, do I even know how to say that? Not gonna lie. I mean, obviously I should, but The images on the tablets change rapidly in silence. Countless calculations flow across them.
L0905 라인의 연산에 성공했습니다.
Route D0905 has been successfully calculated. Beginning
L0905 라인의 종합 솔루션 시뮬레이션을 시작해.
Begin the simulation of Route D0905 solution.
시뮬레이션에 실패했습니다.
The simulation has failed.
과거 데이터와 모델 매개 변수에 따르면 성공 경로가 존재하지 않습니다.
Based on historical data and model parameters, no successful pathways exist.
최적의 해결책은 이전에 입력하신 기존 솔루션입니다. 해당 솔루션에서 생명체의 대피는 불필요합니다.
The optimal solution is the predetermined plan you have previously inputted. In that plan, no evacuation of life forms is necessary.
제27만 1828차 연산을 종료합니다. 모든 경로가 동일한 결과로 수렴되었으며 오차 범위는 0.00000000001%입니다.
The 828th calculation has been completed. All the pathways, 271,828. Oh my god, my brain. Calculation has been completed. All the pathways converge on the same result. The margin of error is 0.00000000001%. I had to say all of those zeros. After all, he went through the trouble of saying all of those yongs.
해당 노선의 치명적 결함을 표시하시겠습니까?
Should I flag the fatal flaws in this pathway?
됐어.
No. He lowers his gaze. His fingers trace those cold images before finally falling to his side in silence. In all the time they spent together, she's never seen Zayne reveal a complex, indescribable expression. Heart feels as though it's been being squeezed by an invisible hand. Oh shit. Hi. What, you're allowed to hide everything from me, but I'm not allowed to catch you off guard once? Senior. Before she can release the rest of her frustration, she's pulled into an embrace.
당신은 여기 오지 말았어야 해.
You shouldn't have come here. Why should I listen to you? She wants to counter with the fiercest tone she can muster, but the uncontrollable hitch in her voice makes her words sound unconvincing. Stroking his back, she feels Zayne's warmth. It's real and tangible. Time passes. As for the amount, she doesn't know, but before those images vanish, a bell-like sound rings out. They slowly return to their senses and gradually let go of each other as if they woke up from a dream. Neither of them speaks for some time, then her frustration gets the better of her and she can't help but give him a good poke. I told you that mouths are for explaining. I asked you so many times and gave you so many chances. I didn't give you permission to leave me.
당신에게 숨기려고 한 건 내 잘못이야.
I was wrong for keeping secrets from you.
이별은 이미 우리 둘 사이에서 가장 좋은 결과야.
However, separation is the best outcome for us. Says who? I hate separation the most. Nothing about it is good. She grabs Zayne's hand tightly to prevent him from trying to abandon her again. Niava is the world I'm meant to protect. No matter what happens, I should be the one standing on the front lines. Even if the only possible ending is destruction, I refuse to let you face it alone.
좋아.
All right.
나와 함께 있어줘.
And stay here with me. She breathes a sigh of relief and takes in the strange, mysterious scenery around them. Are these the airs you mentioned? The ones that need to be erased?
이게 다가 아니야.
Not just these. Zayne traces a faint pattern in the air. Two circles, each a different color, yet partially overlapping, immediately appear.
이 세계는 네이아와 분리되어 있으면서도 우주 속에 함께 존재하고 있어.
Okay, hang on. This world
멸망의
exists separately from Niava, but both coexist within the same universe.
운명이 이미 이곳에 닥쳤고
Fate of destruction has already
곧
descended
이곳은
here.
네이아와 아무 관련이 없게 될 거야.
It won't be long until it has no connection to Niava. He cuts through the boundary connecting these two circles. The black circle gradually disappears without a trace. Only the golden circle is left behind.
이렇게 네이아와 이 세계의 마지막 연결 지점을 분리하는 거야.
Thus, the last connection between Niava and this world will be severed like that. If it disappears, then Niava won't be destroyed?
그렇다고 볼 수 있지.
You can think of it that way.
우리가 있는 곳은 나의 신우탑이라고 이해해도 좋아.
As for this place, you can think of it as my divine tower. You're not just a god in Niava, you're also a god here. He's like literally the god, isn't he? The ground beneath their feet shakes without warnings. Sounds akin to rumbling from underground echo from outside the room.
조심해.
Be careful. When Zayne pulls her to his side, the shaking stops. Is your divine tower collapsing? Yes.
이곳은 이미 너무 낡아서
This place is already
방금
in
같은
ruins.
진동에도 언제든 무너질 수 있어.
It could collapse at any moment. In the pause between flickering lights, Zayne pulls open an inconspicuous door in the wall and leads her through. They hurry out of that pure white room as the sound of debris and cracking echo behind them. Before them stretches a long, dark corridor where wind whistles through fissures in the walls. Its mournful reverberation resounds.
가장 높은 층으로 가자. 그곳의
Let's head
마법진을
to
닫아야
the
해.
highest floor.
두 세계를
We need to
완전히
disrupt the magical
분리해야만
array.
엔구르가 다시 네이아와 연결될 수 있어.
Only by completing the separation of the two worlds can Engru's spire reconnect with Niava. You'll accompany me, right? He takes her hand and begins walking through the dim corridor. Along both sides of the passageway, there are flickering lights that barely illuminate their surroundings. Everything is dilapidated and decayed as if it had suffered through chaos or an instance of ransacking in the past. She doesn't know what her foot touched, but the wall in front of her suddenly flashes with scenes she's never seen before.
신이시여, 왜 더 이상 저희를 불쌍히 여기지 않으시나요?
My lord, why do you no longer show us mercy?
폐허 속에 저희를 보셨을 텐데 당신마저 저희를 버리신다면 저희는 무엇을 믿어야 하죠?
You've already seen us in the ruins. If even you have abandoned us, then is there anything left for us to believe in?
저희의 믿음이 부족한 건가요?
Were we not devout enough?
이제 저희의 기도에 응답하실 생각이 없으신 건가요?
Do you have no intention of listening to our prayers?
살려주세요.
Save me,
신이시여,
my lord.
이렇게 죽음으로 향하고 싶지 않아요.
I don't want to die like this. The sounds from the images on the wall reverberate against her eardrums. Shocked, she grabs Zayne and stops in her tracks. And all those angry, desperate, anguished faces turn toward the same person. Zayne?
그들은 한때 이 세계의 소유자였어.
They once claimed this world as their own. There are more secrets hidden behind his straightforward words, and the fragmented light casts shadows across Zayne's profile.
이 이야기를 계속 듣고 싶어?
Do you want to continue listening to the story? It might be a tale that will tell her what she's always wanted to know, everything about him. If it's about you, I want to hear it.
좋아.
Alright. Each display cycles through different images repeatedly. The nearest one shifts. Countless transparent tubes are arranged in neat rows throughout a massive room. All of them have symbols she can't
이
understand.
세계 사람들에게는 이름 같은 건 없어.
In this world,
오직
humans had no
번호만
names,
있을 뿐.
only numbers.
이곳 사람들은 아주 높은 효율성을 추구해. 그들이 쓸모없다고 여기거나 이 세상의 발전을 저해하는 모든 것을 배제시키지.
Ooh. A sci-fi world. Those individuals pursued maximum efficiency and discarded everything they deemed useless or detrimental to their world's progress.
그들은 이것을 완벽하게 만들어줄 모든 진리를 신봉해.
They worship the principles that would make this place perfect. Principles. Are they similar to the water management, land reclamation, calendars, and mathematics you taught me back in Niava?
가장 핵심적이고 심오한 진리를 깨달은 자는 신이라 불렸어.
Those who mastered
이 부분은 당신의 네야와 아주 비슷하네.
Those who mastered the most fundamental and profound principles were called gods. In that regard, it's very much like your Niava.
그리고 신은 그 진리를 통해 이 세계에 더 긴 수명과 끝없는 행복을 가져다 주었어.
So the gods use their principles to bring their world longer lifespans and endless happiness. In the next image, healthy children grow up and the gravely ill recover quickly. People took much longer to reach old age and die.
점차 사람들 눈에 신은 전지전능하고 모든 것을 이루어주는 존재가 되었었지.
Time passed in the eyes of humans.
그리고 훗날
Unlimited
그들은
gods granted
영생을
their
요구했어.
So eventually they demanded eternal life. Do you remember the day Zayne taught her the medical principles and the small plant that died in his hands? gods didn't respond to their request? In other words, what they wanted was something this world couldn't support yet.
소원이 좌절되고
Wishes went
희망이
unfulfilled.
산산조각나고 재앙이
Shattered hopes
닥쳤을
and
때
disasters arrived.
사람들이 수호신이라 부르던 존재는 멸망의 신이 되었어.
The humanity, the gods became bringers of obliteration.
더 이상 이곳에 머물면 안 돼.
We can't stay here any longer.
서두르자.
We need to go. He takes her hand again, but he holds tighter this time. She watches as the thin tubes in the display disappear. They're replaced by images of crystal stones one after another. They are humans who ignored the warnings cheer for those beautiful crystals. The images on the corridor's walls continue to shift. Humans pursue principles that exceeded the world's capacity to sustain it, but it only accelerated their world's race towards irreversible destruction with greater speed and clarity and speed. Natural disasters and human calamities played out in endless succession. With nowhere left to turn, people remembered the gods of yore. They gathered to angrily accuse those deities, mournfully pray to them, and humbly beg for mercy. Day after day, this facility was surrounded by humans desperately hoping for salvation. When the blizzard arrived, they finally realized they could no longer receive divine protection. They turned and left, their footsteps disappearing into the apocalyptic snow that had never stopped falling since it began. Then her face flashes briefly across the display. Even though she learned about her past fate and Everlost, seeing her face there still leaves her feeling disoriented. She doesn't stop to ask Zayne about it. Her past death must have certainly been a memory that Zayne never wants to revisit. How did she die? I want to know. Okay. Let it remain buried in this tomb. Reaching the end of the corridor, it feels as though she's finished reading the entire lifetime of this world. The door leading to the building's top floor is right in front of them. I wonder what the speculation talk is about how she... Was she one of the people? If this place was once the seat of a world's glory, then it's nothing more than a cliff of overlooking ruins now. Heavy snowfall and freezing wind bite into her skin, and she finally sees the scenery outside. Jagged, damaged black ruins jut out from the ground like desperate, struggling arms. They pierce the frost and snow that blankets the earth. The world is frozen in deathly silence, and the setting sun futilely bathes everything in warm hue. Is this what happens to a world that has strayed from the natural order?
이곳의 풍경도 한때는 아름다웠어.
The scenery here was once beautiful as well. When people chose to utilize truths that surpass the natural order, the outcome was already predetermined. Regardless of whether it's protection or destruction, setting aside these meanings imposed upon oneself, even gods are doing what should be done within laws in the natural order. The trembling beneath her feet continues, but in the blink of an eye, she seemingly returns with Zayne to the divine tower. In a place where they've protected, the waters of two rivers nourish Niava's endless vitality. When the enormous sun gently sinks toward the horizon, the dry evening wind carries the sweet fragrance of dates and songs from the city gate.
모든 가능성을 계산해봤지만
I calculated every possible
이미
outcome,
잘못된
but
질서 속으로 점점 더 멀어져 가고 있었어.
he's already strayed too far down the path of an erroneous natural order. His calm voice pulls her back to reality.
그래서 나는 이 세계를 아쉬워하지 않았어.
So I don't have any regret.
하지만
However,
이 잘못된 질서 속에 유일한 변수가
within
존재했지.
this incorrect order exists a single variable. What is her, obviously? Accompanied by violent trembling beneath her feet, a massive magical array unlike anything she's ever seen manifest.
네이아와 이 세계의 마지막 연결점이야.
This is the final connection point between Niava and this world. A massive golden Enzu struggles out from this strange magical array. Black crystals cover its body. It's not a golden Enzu. It's a monster similar to the one from the river source.
조심해.
Watch out. A massive longbow materializes in Zayne's hand, and she raises her hand to summon her weapon as well. As soon as he draws the bowstring, her black sword transforms into his arrow. Golden light cuts through the air as it
잘못된
rushes toward the monster.
질서는
In perfect order does it need to be
파괴되어야
corrected.
진정한 구원을 얻게 된다.
True redemption lies in obliteration. After the giant bird-like creature falls, black energy fragments drip down, reminiscent of calamity's ashes, burying an old world. The tremors and rumbling from the world below grow stronger. They transform into ripples that destroy this facility. Zayne, is it over?
맞아.
The pungent scent of blood fills her nostrils as Zayne's blood-stained figure appears. The anger spire activates in his hand as a familiar golden magic circle projects beneath their feet. Oh, it's coming. Oh no.
가.
Oh,
이곳을 떠날 수 있는 마지막 기회야.
this is your last chance to leave this place. You're telling me to go back to Niava alone? Zayne, you liar. You never planned to leave with me from the start.
어떤 건 당신 말이 맞아.
You were right about one thing.
나는 멸망이 무엇인지에만 익숙할 뿐 창조에는 확실히 재능이 없어.
I'm only used to bringing about ruin. I have no skill for creation.
분리가 끝났어. 이 세계는 더 이상 네야를 침식하지 못할 테니
The connection is over.
심연으로
This world will no
끌어들이지도
longer
못할
corrupt
거야.
Niava. It won't drag it down into the abyss.
이제부터 당신의 네야는 우주 속에서 조용히 기다릴 거야.
Your Niava can peacefully wait in the universe.
그것이 흙을 뚫고 싹을 틔울 적절한 순간이 올 때까지.
Shall wait for the moment when it can burst through the soil. In this moment, she thinks she finally understands. Zayne, I'm the variable you mentioned, right?
정확히 말하자면
To be more precise,
그건 내 사심이야.
my selfish desire. If gods have selfish desires, then he must want his beloved to live. Oh, here it comes. I'm not ready. If it goes too fast, I just won't bother translating.
내 힘은
My power.
얼마 남지 않았어.
Not much remains. Aw, MC is so pretty.
다행이다. 우리에게 이 석양을 끝까지 볼 시간이 남아 있었군.
That's good. We still have some time to watch the sunset. That's how this world's final sunset looks like.
정말 아름다워.
It's truly beautiful.
이제 당신을 이곳에서 보내줘야 할 시간이야.
It's time I send you far away from here now.
손잡아.
Grab my hand. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love this. It's so pretty. Even if it costs me my life. switch. Oh no! She did it!
힘을 전부 내게 주다니.
You gave me all your power? You already have given me so much more. Our destinies will intertwine countless times more. Your wish
당신의 소원은 이루어질 거야.
will come true. Oh, look at the way she's slowly being covered in frost.
날 떠나지 마.
Oh, that line. Okay, quick break because I really like that line. I wish our next encounter could find its perfect fulfillment. Oh, that was her wishes. Oh my god. Oh, she just literally froze there.
눈이 그치기 전에
Before the snow stops.
다시 만날 날을 기다릴게.
I'll wait for our reunion. I knew she was gonna sacrifice herself, but it's still... Oh... I'm not sure how I feel about the weird sci-fi part, but the story has been so good. As the last ray of sunlight passes over the frozen twinned rivers, no one witnesses the peeling of dark blue gillies in time's winds, or the crumbling of clay tablets that recorded a glorious past. No longer do devout worshippers chant the goddess's mighty name and glory, nor does anyone listen to the loving words the deity whispered into the hidden corners of the universe. Very pretty. Yeah, it was a beautiful scene. Pure white swirls down from above to blanket every sound and breath of life in the world. What was once the goddess has fallen into a silence more enduring than death itself. Within the cold and quiet, she waits for the next reunion with her beloved. At the end of the tower's long staircase, the angry spire erupts with brilliant radiance, and that light instantly devours the goddess's dwelling. The divine tower collapses and shall become one of the countless golden threads within the angry spire. The lonely deity will also step into eternity and become a silent watcher once more. Before the blinding white light fills his gaze, he turns and glances upon this world. The golden Enzu spreads its wings, its brilliant golden feathers transforming in the wind and snow. They become as translucent as ice. Dude, Zayne's lore is so fucking... The Fractal Library! It's an ordinary morning. Froggy, the administrator, yawns, rubs his eyes, and pulls open the library's weathered doors from inside. Cold wind seeps through the gap. Caught off guard, he shivers.
춥네.
Cold. Fixing his collar, the administrator quickly flips the closed sign over.
이게 왜 여기에 떨어져 있지?
Why is this here? He picks up the old book that somehow fell to the ground, dusts off the cover, and places it back on the shelf. The sound of footsteps fades away and silence returns to the library. Faint morning light shines along the window frame and touches the organized bookshelves. On a book spine, a snowflake silently melts. Gonna say it again. Talked about this on Friendship Friday. Love should not be about sacrifice in real life, okay? At least not all about sacrifice, right? It's not love if you're just giving up things to prove that you love someone. But man, in fiction, does it look powerful? Wow. It was a wild ride. This at the beginning, though, my god. Wow, though, that was so good. The voice acting too was like, wow, top notch. While we're here, why don't we also listen to the 4-star cards? Because I don't listen to these very often anymore, and I think we should. Let's listen to Finale's Ache first.
음료 만드는 중인 건가?
You're making a drink?
푸드,
Grapes,
대추야자,
dates,
타이거넛.
tufa.
전부 달콤해 보이네.
They all look sweet.
과일을 먹여주는 건 무슨 의미지?
What do you mean
이
by feeding
음료.
me this grape?
원래 나한테 주려고 만든 거야?
You made this drink for me?
달콤하네.
It's sweet.
같이 새로 하나 만들자.
Let's make some more.
당신도 맛보게.
You should try it. So you can try it.
신이 이런 일을 해서는 안 된다는 법은 없잖아.
A god can't do these things?
이리 와서 같이 해.
Come here. Let's do it together.
좀 더 힘을 줘.
Use more force.
그렇게 살짝 건드려서는 부족해.
A gentle touch isn't enough.
이렇게
Like this. Wait, what are we doing? I thought we were making drinks.
적당한 위치에서 적절한 힘을 가해봐.
Apply the right amount of pressure
느껴져?
in the right place. Do you feel it? I thought we were making drinks. Why are these the
다른
ones?
맛도 시도해볼래?
Do you want to try a different flavor?
좀 더 달콤하게 만들고 싶으면 대추야자즙을 더하면 돼.
If you want a sweeter richness or richer sweetness, then we can add
이
more
맛
date
한번
juice.
먹어봐.
Try this.
아, 해봐.
Say ah.
나한테 비슷한 향이 난다고?
Tastes like me?
당신이 내게 준 음료와 비슷해? 아니면 방금 맛본 거랑 비슷해?
Similar to the drink you made or the taste that you or flavor that you tasted?
이렇게 해서 뭘 알 수 있다는 거지?
You can't tell using that method?
나한테 향이 배었다 해도 그건 혀끝이 아니라 몸에 남았을 텐데.
Even if I had more flavors, they'd be on my body, not on my tongue.
누군가 음료를 만들다 원래 맛을 본 것 같군.
Someone could have sneakily tasted it while making the
그러니까.
drink.
내게서 그 향을 떠올린 거겠지.
That's why I suddenly remembered the flavor.
입꼬리 말고
Not just the corner of my mouth.
손에서 나는 향이 더 짙어.
I,
손바닥부터 손끝까지.
what's on my hand is stronger from my palm to my fingertips.
다시 한번 맛보고 싶지 않아?
You want to try tasting it again?
신경 쓰지 마.
Don't worry about it.
나?
Me?
나 역시 좋아하는 맛을 찾았으니 더 집중할 수 있어.
When I find a flavor I like, then I
세상엔 여러
focus
가지
more on it.
달콤한 맛이 있지만 내가 제일 좋아하는 건 지금 눈앞에 있는 이 맛뿐이야.
There are many types of sweetness in the world, but my favorite is the one right in front of me. Wow. Finale's perpetuity.
반작용일 뿐이야.
It's just an adverse
처음도
reaction.
아니고.
Not the first time.
조금 지나면 괜찮아질 거야.
It'll get better soon.
지금은 아직 조금 아프네.
Right now, it just hurts a little.
날 도와주고 싶으면
Wanna help?
음악을 연주해봐.
Try playing the lyre. I think he actually just says, try playing some music.
소리가 아름답긴 한데
Sounds beautiful, but
효과는 좀 부족하네.
its effect isn't enough.
다른 방법으로 날 도울 수 있긴 해.
There's another
지금처럼
method to help me.
이렇게 마음을 놓고
Like this. Open up
날
your mind.
당신 신의 생각으로 들어가게 해줘. 내 손을
Think
꼭
of me.
잡고
Hold my hand tight
나를 느껴봐.
and feel me. Hmm?
느껴졌어?
You feel it?
끝없는 모래사장이 보일 거야.
You'll see a boundless ocean of sand.
맞아. 그렇게
That
잘하네.
you're doing well.
몸도 나한테 더 가까이 해.
Hold your body close to mine.
정신이 흐트러지면 반작용이 당신에게 돌아갈 수도 있어.
If you lose,
마음을 비우고 다른
if your
생각으로
mind isn't
가라앉혀.
stable, clear your mind, calm your thoughts.
나도 그래.
Me too.
여기 내가 보면 안 되는 생각이라도 있는 거야?
Right here, are there thoughts that you don't want me to see?
지금 와서 피하려고 하는 거라면 이미 늦었어.
If you intend to hide them from me, it's too late now.
너도 이미 알았나 보네.
So you do understand.
이제 별로 안 아파.
Doesn't hurt now.
내 생각엔 이 방법이 당신한테 효과가 있는 것 같은데.
I think this method also has an effect on you.
모래?
Sand?
모래도 어떤 때는 녹을 수 있어.
Sand could also melt at some point.
말하기 어렵다고?
It's hard to understand.
근데 자꾸 멈추려는 걸 보면
Wanting to
내
stop on a
반작용이
whim.
나아지게 도와주고 싶다는 건 진심이 아닌 것 같네.
Seems you're not sincere about really helping me out.
여기 남아 있어.
Stay.
반작용을 억제할 수 있다고 고통을 피할 수 있는 건 아니야.
Being able to suppress the
내
reaction doesn't mean I
불편함은
don't feel the pain.
아직 완전히 나아지지 않았어.
I'm not perfectly well yet.
날 돕고 싶다고 한 거.
You said you wanted to help me,
당신이잖아.
right?
그럼 네 행동으로 네 진심을 보여줘.
Show me your sincerity with your actions. Wow. Okay. I forgot what healing wounds means in this universe.